the Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast, episode 148. I'm ready to go. And so is everybody in this room, right?
Who's
Right,
everybody, Dave?
Who's everybody is right. Well, I'll tell you who is definitely ready to go, and that's what started this whole thing before the cameras were rolling, is our very special guest,
Brandon
Miss
Orlick.
Becca. No, it's Becca. Stop it.
Hey. It's Becca who got called out on the last show because she was supposed to be the guest and was told never bail again. Yes,
that's
I
right.
heard the
You're
threat.
right. Not by name, but yes. Called out.
No, but I knew you were like, if you're listening, don't do it again. And I knew it's against me.
I appreciate the fact that you call that out because we say shit like that all the time, and we just think that no one's gonna react to it. Perfect. And you called us out. Boom. Minute
Hey,
one.
I'm a complete rule abider. So when someone says something like that to me, like the 5-year-old in me goes, oh my God, I'm sorry.
A complete
Look at
rule
Brandon.
abider.
Why does Brandon look the way that he does right now? He looks perplexed already. What's going on?
He has nothing to say.
Nothing to say
Right.
yet. I'm just,
See?
I'm warming up.
See, he's not ready to go. My point. That's why I said let's roll the cameras and the recording right now, because I said Becca's like me, she's ready to go, and then she said, well, Brandon was ready half an hour ago, and he was sending this and that. And he jumped. I'm like, yeah, he's ready to go theoretically because he's awake and because he can press a few buttons, but is he really ready to go like Showtime style?
All I know is you're pressing my fucking buttons right now.
There we go. See, it's just a
All right.
little
There,
zinger.
there, see?
Shut
Yeah,
up.
that's warming him up right there.
Let's go.
Yeah. Look at him. Looks like he rolled right out of bed. God bless him, man. Nice. Your hair grows faster than mine. Holy cow! Look at
Yeah.
that.
You should see my
Yeah.
bush.
You
No,
don't
thank
have
you.
Looks like I'm smuggling Velcro down there.
I cut mine a few weeks ago, actually. I got sick of it. I said, what the fuck are you doing? It just, you know how it is? I'm lazy. It just occurred to me one day. I looked down. I was going
You look at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
It occurred to me one thing when I pissed at your hair. It just occurred to me maybe I should trim.
And here we go. Let me give Becca a proper introduction.
Okay.
Piss, and we're talking about hair.
Sorry,
and,
Becca.
no,
Don't apologize to me for anything, really.
Right to the pubes we go.
Nah.
you say that now. No, but
you heard my shows. There's nowhere you can't go.
see, that's why she's like me. That's what I'm telling. She may be like a female version of me in many respects, because I think we do.
Yeah.
All right, then
I'm off the show.
let's ask her the pivotal question: mud flapped or uncorked?
Man, you're coming right out the gate.
I know. Can I
This is
give
the intro.
That's the new.
Yeah.
That's the new Rocky IV Nightmare 2 question. It's mud flapped or uncorked.
No
Uncorked
comment.
entertainment down there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rocky 4, Nightmare 2, and then a proper intro. How's that?
Or Wild Eye.
Rocky 4.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah, Rocky 4.
Well,
And I would go Wild Eye because I actually have 2 movies coming out next month and in August that Wild Eye is putting out, and there will be a Walmart, and I can't wait until I get to take the stupid Facebook picture of, hey, look, I bought my movie at Walmart.
Oh, wow. That's fucking awesome.
That's
I'm
though.
on the
That's
cover of one of them, so that'll be super exciting.
on the cover. In a
On the
Walmart.
cover
Wow.
of a Walmart movie.
Holy shit.
I made it.
I am
what
reserving
happened?
myself the jokes I want to crack right now, Brandon. I don't know, Brandon, if you're there with me, but I'm being respectful. I gotta be respectful of the
there's a
guests.
lot.
But the
There's a
joke,
lot.
I'm like,
I don't garner respect. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah, have you listened?
Well-
She is just like I said. She's got that attitude like I do. She can't be offended. She rolls with the punches.
It takes
Just
a lot.
fucking- Right. It takes a lot. Right.
what if you buy that? What if you buy that movie and like the sticker price point is over your face on the cover,
Oh,
like like
Monsters,
Monsters
Inc.
Inc.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn you, Walmart.
That would suck, huh? Wow.
Work around it. I'm actually waiting on that one. I want to buy that from the table and see if the person at the table knows it's me. Because I am stylized, and I've got on my Bubenstein wig and the whole shebang. So.
What do you mean by the table? Wait a second here. You talking about
like Wild Eye, like at a con?
Oh, at a con. I thought you meant at a Walmart. I'm like, what table? What am I missing?
No, what table? Yes, there's a Wild Eye table at Walmart. Every Walmart has it.
Imagine that.
Right next to the guys who always want to ask who your internet provider is. Yeah.
Oh, of course they do. There they are. Internet provider, and they pull it out of their coat. Wild Eye releases. It kind of hear No, what?
I heard your joke, Brandon.
I'm sorry. I'm glad
I didn't hear it.
Excuse me. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm not cracking a joke again. It was mean, and it was just a joke. Christian's the only one who heard it.
It was beautiful. It's me. That's why it's funny. He goes,
now we got to hear it.
The biggest con is buying something at the Wild Eye table. It took him, 4 minutes to warm up. It's beautiful. I love it.
Boom, boom, boom.
And we're up. Okay. Are we doing a proper introduction?
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Becca Rinehart, and I am here. I am one of the incestuous group members of our little podcast community. I am on the Slumber Party Massacre podcast, led by the wonderful Lacey Lou, who I know is a familiar voice to the Exploding Heads community, and I do a little bit of everything. But I'm here today to talk part 4s.
Yes, part 4s that are
Friday
I
4.
believe.
Friday 4. All right.
Yeah, Friday 4, Nightmare 4.
Yes,
no.
Friday and Nightmare 4. Let's do it.
And she's a Friday fangirl. I gotta throw that in.
And Rocky
fangirl.
Yes. And Rocky 4.
And Rocky 4. Yes. And of course, don't leave out the other shows. What's going on with Mike of Madness and the subsidiaries of it?
Well, so my life has been hectic for a while. So pretty much anything where I have to be the showrunner and edit has kind of been on hiatus. But in the Mike of Madness, we're going to start back up pretty soon on that one. And we are starting back up on the Joe Bob and Darcy Silver Bolo Award winning podcast, SOBs Who Love SOV. So you can find us on sovhorror.com. We're starting back up on Wednesday. I also do a delightful podcast called Sexploitation Sleazecast with my co-host Paul Presenza. We review the best of the worst porn of the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Ooh. You have a porn podcast? I
have a porn podcast.
I always talk about how I want a porn podcast.
Well, let's do it. What are you talking about?
Let's do it.
Yeah, and
Exploding heads. It can be multifaceted.
Right. This is kind of the thing that I was born to do. It really is.
Porn or porn podcasting?
Right. I have a matter of fact type of perspective on it that I don't think any other woman. At least that's what I'm telling my co-host. Like, I'll say something every once in a while. He goes, "This is why you're my co-host."
Like, how detailed do you get? You're like, this would be great if he didn't have that one hair coming out of the shaft of his cock. Like, where does the review go?
We've been doing really bad porn, and so there's a lot more to talk about than that. Like, I mean, the first one we did was Bat Pussy. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of this movie. Yes, where the main guy through the entire movie is so drunk he never gets an erection. It is hilarious. So, there are other things to talk about.
Was that was Adam West's early role?
No, actually,
Donald West, actually.
This is kind of a cool story. It was found in a theater in Tennessee. These people bought a theater that used to be a porn theater at one point in time. And they found all these movies, and there was this one movie that was written with like marker on it that just said Bat Pussy. It has no credits on it or anything. And I want to say it was like, I don't think it was Alamo. One of the companies like picked it up and put it on DVD. And no one knows who these people are, who made it, where it was made. Like, film scholars have actually like studied it to try to figure out where it was made. There's like a couple external shots where you can kind of make out a couple like landmarks.
I studied
But-
Pat Percy at university, so
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And the only clue to when it
The
was made is-
cinematography. Mwah.
I did a semester of Bat Pussy.
well, the cinematography is a guy in the corner with a camera, and actually there's no editing in it, so there's like a couple points where they look at the director and the guy goes, he looks over, he goes, "Do what?" She goes, he wants you to fuck me."
Amazing.
I can answer every. Alabama, the source of everything to do with this movie.
Oh my God.
Boom.
The only clue as to anything is that it's at least from 1972 or past, because the guy is reading a 1972 Screw magazine. It is the only marker in the entire movie. I highly recommend it. If you're a cinephile with certain
Cinephile, Brandon. Cinephile.
yeah,
Sin.
Oh.
Like cinematography. Sin.
yeah,
Sin.
yes.
Did Wildlife put this out?
No, I want to say it
Go to
was like
Walmart.
it was like Arrow or one of those people. Something
Mm-hmm.
weird, maybe no, it was something weird. I think.
Something weird.
Oh,
that makes
something
sense.
weird.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes.
Okay, makes
Related.
sense. What? Okay, question.
I mean, it
You were
is-
talking about
amazing.
I'm this guy's dick in the movie. They can't get hard. Is this part of the narrative, or is it
No.
reality when he's trying to fuck?
Oh
What
my God,
porn
no.
narrative is that a part of?
There,
Well, back then
oh
they
my.
did all kinds of crazy things.
No, there's just, I mean, you can tell. I mean, this chick, she's also, I think she's on something. He definitely has been hitting the whiskey a little too hard. And they ad-lib the whole thing. So the stuff that the two of them say to each other is just fucking hilarious. Like, it just, yeah. He's
I'm
he's
intrigued.
going down on her very sloppily. And he goes, "Well, that ain't no pussy.
What?
A bat pussy.
It ain't no bat pussy," I guess is maybe what he was trying to say. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah,
Right.
the whole time he's flaccid, and you can tell she's getting pissed off because she's trying to suck him off and get him hard, and it's going nowhere. And there's a lot of like looks to the director, like, and
Wow.
it's amazing. I highly recommend it. And Bat Pussy, by the way, which we haven't talked about yet, she rides around on one of those hippity hop things. You know what I'm talking about? Dave knows what I'm talking about. You're old enough to know that.
Yeah.
It's like a ball with a handle, and you just
Of course.
hop from
Wow. Holy shit. Is it blue at least? Because it's a bat thing? Like, Batman is blue.
Or blue balls.
I don't recall, but her costume is pretty much like pajamas that have been made into a Bat Pussy outfit anyway. So
Nope,
I
not
don't think there was an
under-
attention to detail. No, I mean, and there is a very languid scene where, and there's just a sign on her wall that just says like the Bat Pussy Cave or something. Like somebody's written it and put it on the wall so we know that it's her lair. She gets this like whoop 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 kind of thing because someone's fucking without her. And that's her call, right? So she gets off the couch and just like she's on something too. There's a lot of drugs and alcohol on the set. But she starts changing into her Bat Pussy costume, which is about 12 pieces. And they show the entire thing. She's stumbling, trying to put these like shorts on, trying to put these tights on and shit. It's
There's
like a
your
5
problem.
minute thing
It's
of like
a porn.
drunk
Who needs a
girl-
costume?
a drunk girl trying to put on a very complex and ill-fitting costume. It is really great.
Wow. Are these hard to come by, these movies that you're doing, or can they be found like online?
Most of them we get
Hard to
online, like
come
at
by.
X Hamster. Yeah. Amazingly enough, most porn sites do still have the classics, if you will.
Really?
I did not realize that. Yeah. But X Hamster has pretty much every old
X
porn.
hamster.
Yeah, you
Nice.
That filthy little hamster.
Wow, I'm on that hamster, and yeah, okay, that's great. Fuck.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
guys?
probably not like in your like when you first get on. It's probably not on your dashboard of like you really need to see this, but it's there.
Dave
I
has
wanna
it pinned to it. Dave has it pinned to his favorites.
It's his wallpaper.
Yeah, it's
On
his
his
wallpaper.
Yeah. Bat
I'm really
pussy.
excited.
that.
I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that.
I'm really excited about that.
I'm gonna watch
I
it for
decided
sure.
to do Bat
Only-
Pussy as a very special Exploding Heads episode. Make sure to have me on.
That would be
And he's
awesome.
gonna, it's on the video box. Dave Z, I'm really excited. No
More
one's under those.
excited
I expect that the B is backwards on that reel that they wrote in like marker.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah. But can you imagine being like the person who discovers that? I mean, you'd have to totally be like Teddy
An
Bear in Part
archaeologist.
4 Nightmare or Part 4 Friday, where he finds that like week 4. You know?
Stag film.
That times 1,000, man.
This guy's like the Indiana Jones of the porn industry. Other people can find like the Lost Ark. No, Bat Pussy. I found it in the catacombs of this old porn theater.
Oh my God.
Tarantulas were crawling over me.
Transylvanian salt mines, right next to Event Horizon.
That's right.
We got the director's cut of Event Horizon or Bat Pussy. Take Bat Pussy. Okay.
Take
Oh,
that.
shit. Becca just used one of my favorite words a little bit ago. Flaccid. Fucking love it. Yeah. Well, I've used it twice on the show, and these guys usually laughed at me when I said it. No one's ever said it until you came along. So
Nobody's ever used the word flaccid. No, ever.
Well, has there ever been like a reason to? That's the question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, Brandon's
Until
around.
I came along. Talking about
Hey, I ain't no bat pussy.
pussy.
okay, here's a question. I'm sure you know about it, but first and foremost, I gotta fucking start listening to the show. But have you guys ever watched and talked about Angel Above, the Devil Below? Oh fuck! I just gave
Okay.
you gold. Gold.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Is that
what you
referring
gotta
to the clit and the asshole? Angel above, devil below?
do below.
In this case, hold on. Curiosity didn't kill the cat; it possessed the pussy.
Ooh.
Yes, it is about a
Alright.
talking, possessed pussy.
Wow, that sounds right up our alley. Now I don't pick them
Yes.
because Paul Presenza, my co-host, is a connoisseur of porn from the ages, and
Erotica?
so he usually,
Erotica?
a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
he usually picks them. He kind of asks me what I'm in the mood for. You know, we've done Abducted by Daleks, which is rip-off Doctor Who porn.
Doctor Who porn?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That was a little newer. That was like from 2005, I think, and it was definitely Eastern European.
Well, that's when the reboot came for Doctor Who, 2005, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
How about some
Somebody
Doctor
was
Who
making
porn?
the story is somebody was making a porn. Somebody had an original Dalek, or like not original, but just they had a Daleks mold from the production, and the two kind of collided. We have done Let My Puppets Come, which is a puppet porn from the 70s. It
Awesome.
was piggybacking off of the Muppet Show.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we go a little bit everywhere, but yeah.
Piggybacking. Miss piggybacking.
Piggybacking.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Wow.
Do they actually use Muppets in it, or do they just have their own puppets?
No, they made puppets. Well, they're not
Okay.
Muppets. They're not Muppets.
Okay,
It's
just
hard
making
not
sure.
to say Muppets because there are some you can kind of identify like, oh, there's the Scooter character, you know, like they have a lot of the same kind of frameworks and
Oh,
some
animal, you're such an animal.
of it. Well, yeah. So yeah, there's some
Scooter, they
rip-off,
cook
but
Scooter
it's
in a
more
bowl.
of like a parody.
Well, because Scooter's a man, that's why. You know what?
How about
He's
Beaker?
not an animal.
I want Beaker.
Beaker. There was a lot of Beaker, man. Beaker is made for porn, I tell you what.
Get down here, Pete.
Yeah, erratic
Get out,
shit,
get down
man.
here, Beaker.
Oh,
There goes the angel.
now the Googler in me so wants to see if there's Beaker and Dr. Bunsen porn, but I'm not doing it.
Oh,
Not doing it.
Bunsen Honey.
What is that American Eagle guy? He looks like he'd be like that
Yeah.
stork guy that's always. Yeah.
Oh, Sam. Yeah, Sam the Bald Eagle. Oh, that'd be great. He gets like a blowjob. He's real serious and he's fighting it off.
Oh.
No, we
Yeah.
can't do this. You know what I mean? And then he slowly gets, someone goes
It's
down
on
on him.
American. Oh, and they start singing American Beautiful really slowly, and then it's all.
How about Gonzo sees a urologist for his crooked nose, and it turns out to be like Peyronie's disease.
Oh,
Yeah. And he gives him a pill, and all of a sudden the nose comes
like-
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stiff and
My
fucking
true
straight out.
form.
Yeah. My true form.
Oh, that'd be great. Then he fucks a chicken with it. Because you know he has chickens.
He had chickens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Camilla.
Camilla, yeah, she's his love interest, or I mean, I don't think she really reciprocates in those feelings, but he seems to be fancying her for whatever reason.
And I gotta watch them. I think they have them all on Disney now.
Give Fuzzy Spirit Waka Waka.
You know, I heard that
Yeah,
Disney Plus
exactly.
has everything Muppets now, but like
No beaker porn. I just checked.
Challenge accepted. Although now you're playing with Disney, so woof, you don't want to go there. I could end up in jail for a real long time.
Yeah. Michael Eisner's fucking listening, isn't he?
But I heard like Miss Piggy and stuff. Like there were some things they censored with Miss Piggy. I don't know. I didn't really like pay too much attention because I don't really give a shit.
Or pig tits, probably.
Pig tits. That's my new favorite saying ever. Pig tits.
Well, they censored every cartoon now. The Warner Brothers
Yeah.
cartoons have been censored, so why not the Muppets? Muppets went there though. I mean, they had adult stuff that was kind of disguised. You know, that was the gimmick.
Like
That's
what,
why I want to
Christian?
watch it now because I'm an
Right.
adult. I can get them. You know.
And there was stuff that they had on there, not really that was like inappropriate, but I mean, I remember what was the name? Mummin, the weird guys that their face, they had clay, they'd keep molding their faces and stuff. I mean, there was some stuff that was on there that freaked me out when I was a kid.
Was that the Muppets or was
Lemon
that?
Or Fraggle Rock.
But they would
like
have
a rock.
people on. They would just have people on there. I mean, and like John Denver, like what like an 8-year-old really cared about John Denver, you know? Like they had stuff that just wasn't really like there was definitely more for the adults. I agree, Dave.
Yeah, they had John Denver singing with fucking Kermit all the time.
Yeah.
They all did shit. Yeah, there was a lot of adult stuff, but like now it was a big thing when I was a kid. Real big.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was watching the Muppet Show. I was probably like, 4 or 5 years old, and I remember watching it and going to my grandma's and watching it there, and it was a fucking big deal. I loved it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
love
I have a lot of memories of, right? And you know what else I remember? Remember the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show, and at the end they would all come out at the end, and then they would all come out at the end in front of the stage, walking, kicking their feet, fucking. Oh man, do they even have Saturday morning cartoons anymore?
I really wish when you did
They
that
had-
kicking like Lucky walk by and you just fucking punted Lucky.
I mean, they had channels with cartoon. I mean, there's no more Saturday morning cartoons just because it's 24/7.
It's sad. Like,
I
remember how
have two 10-year-olds staying with me right
Why
now,
is
and
it sad?
the Adventures of
24
Gumball have
hours.
been on my TV like nonstop. You know, like they can watch cartoons anytime they want.
Why is it okay for Rebecca to say she has two 10-year-olds staying with her, but every time I say it, somebody calls the cops?
Kidding.
Oh fuck, 2 10-year-olds. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm
Watch
well,
out.
not really flying solo. My kid is here too. My kid's 19, but I have my boyfriend's 10-year-old twins here while he is out of town, and yeah. It's been fun though. They're
Wow.
good kids. Good kids.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, listen, it's great that there's 24/7 access, but they don't
It
have
used to be special. It
Yes,
used to be
thank you.
like
It
a
was special.
thing. And we
So-
used to watch shit, like absolute dog shit, because we had no choice.
G-Force.
No,
Remember
you're,
G-Force?
no, you
I
guys are
remember-
like Dave and I are like the grandma and grandpa of this show, I think.
Wow.
We're a little-
Not
it's a
by
little
much.
older.
Yeah.
I love when Dave tries to school Christian. Christian's like 2 years younger than you, you prick. And I'm like, you got me.
look significantly younger.
He's like,
got
I just
me.
I just trim up my hair a little more often than you, Dave. See?
Wow. I would too if I were you.
Except for lately, Dave. That's what led us into this. Dave has been Truman lately.
Yeah.
Shave that fat pussy.
I'm getting better. You know, I just it just pops into my head. I look down. I go, it's time. You know what I mean?
That was even pre-show too, so nobody even knows what we're talking about. Dave Z's grooming, man. He's grooming his pubes.
Yeah. Well,
if
you
it
got
pops
to.
into your head, you got to.
Yeah. 9 a.m. on Sunday. It's the first thought that you have.
It's just there's no planning. You just look down, you see, okay, it's time. You know what I mean? Do I have the time? Do I have 10 minutes? Okay, we're the scissors. Let's fucking do our thing. Let's work. Just in case.
Do I think my wife cares or not? Yeah. Is she gonna be down there at all? And yeah.
That's just. I mean, when you're a single man, it's different. You better keep that shit groomed fucking on a weekly basis. You got to be on fucking point.
Weekly?
Every once a week you do it, preferably on a Friday when you get out of work because the weekend's coming. You want to hook up. What do you mean?
You never know.
It's been at least 2 years for me.
2 years?
2 years.
Oh.
Wow. Damn, dude. I don't even want to know what you got going on down there. I was bugged out after 4 months. Whew, 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, wait till you start banging again. You're gonna do it. When you meet a girl, let's say you go on a date a week.
Kill mind.
If you were to go on a date a week from today,
Scott's not gonna mind.
Wouldn't you trim just in the off chance?
Yes.
No.
But I haven't had a date in a year and a half.
It's been there's been COVID on top of it.
Yeah, well, no, that's exactly why.
That's
right. That is the 100% the reason why.
That's the only.
Has nothing to do with his foot-long pubes.
Your pubes are longer than your dick. We've talked about this on the show. It's time to change stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, we've been through it. Holy shit. Well, oof.
Oh, I have a question. If you, not including yourself, you can't include yourself. If you had to kill one of your co-hosts or just boot them off the show of Slumber Party Massacre, which one would it be?
Heather. Oh, me? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
you can't even set her up and say fuck, marry, kill, so it doesn't seem like she's just singling somebody out. That's how you play that game.
No, my girls. See, my girls are my girls. We would figure out a way to thwart that if it was a mandate.
Okay, fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill.
That's what they need, a mandate, right, Brandon?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Party Massacre girls, excluding Nikki, because you don't know her as well. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know her. I don't know Nikki as well.
Okay.
Oh, that's the easy one then. Kill. Bye, Nikki.
Yeah.
Done.
No.
Fuck, marry, kill. That's no fun.
Oh, God. I said you can't offend me, but I'm like, you can't make me choose. I mean, because I'd probably fuck them all. I don't want to ever get married again, and I like them all. I don't want to kill them. So there we go.
See, it's weird.
That's
I'd
my
kill them all,
ass
and then
answer.
I'd fuck them.
Wow.
I probably would marry Heather, though, because I think she and I would coexist really well. Grandma sluts.
Marry Heather. Huh? Well, in that respect, the party. I think Carly would be the best one to marry. I think she'd be the most easygoing and the most chill. You know what I mean? She's like a zero drama type girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I just mean for Heather and I, for Heather and me, we would just coexist really well together. So.
Yeah, you might be.
We'd have orgies at our house, and they'd be legit because we were married. That kind of thing.
That'd be some shit. Man, girls got it made. I'll tell you that. Fucking. Well, we tried.
I imagine if you're hooking up with Lacey, she'd be like, "Did you know Ghostface?" Would you shut up about Ghostface? Nobody gives a shit about fucking Ghostface anymore. Did you know Ghostface? You're killing my erection right now. And I know it's two women, but you're killing my lady erection.
I've kind of had some people be like, "Shh," when I'm still talking about Jason Voorhees. Hey. So maybe Lacey and I are sexually compatible then.
Jason and Ghostface. They'd be talking about him back, and the other one wouldn't even care. They go, oh, I understand. I feel the same way, but it's about Ghostface. So let's do
Sydney.
it. Yeah.
No, it's Ginny. No, the best final girl is Sydney. No, it's Ginny. then they smother each other.
So much rage. So maybe Lacey would be the one to kill. I don't know. She's a scrappy little girl, man. I tell you what, she could kick my ass.
Man, did you hear the jokes about the? Sorry,
our
Steve.
show coming out? Like, we've been working on it for a while, but you guys already trumped us with the 5-girl podcast.
That's why they did. We know.
Yeah.
Sorority House podcast coming out. I don't know if you've heard the rumblings about that. We're getting the best of the best in the.
Never in the history of the world have 6 women been together.
Never.
And-
You know, because are there
Could
6
be
of
less.
us? Because that's really confusing. Because that was the whole reason why this show started. Because we are always like the bass player in the band, like the token girl bass player. So we decided to form the Go-Go's. You know.
Oh, brilliant. That's right. Wow. Well,
When do you guys get your first hit?
Oh.
oh.
That's a me joke.
Usually not. I am totally kidding. I'm sorry, Becca.
I don't care.
It sounds nicer when I say something mean like that. I don't know why. It just sounds cruel coming from you.
In my head, I'm like, why? Why did I say that?
Why did I say
I wanted to be funny, but it just came out. I am sorry. I love you guys.
Hey, quit it with the sorry, okay? It's good. It's good.
with the sorry?
Am I really? Because you guys are breaking up. Like, there's a lot of lag on my end. So am I like really coming in slow?
Not to me.
No, everything's going good for once.
Okay. I keep not
What?
hearing you, but
Oh no.
You keep not hearing who?
Christian.
Oh,
Oh, then,
wow.
wow, you're in
The
luck.
best.
It's probably my fault.
I keep trying to not hear Christian for 148 episodes, but
Just go back again. I say this now a lot more recently. Go back and listen to the first 3-4 episodes and just see how cordial we are to one another. We're so nice, respect.
But still, the only podcast to do a Christmas special and a year-end special as their second and third episode. The fucking cojones on us.
Yeah. Just because you guys weren't a podcast didn't mean you didn't have things to talk about at year's end.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Yeah.
That's you got to come out swinging, fucking
That's
full
right.
force.
Like, you don't
No.
know any of our opinions, motherfuckers, and now we're going to tell you every single one of them from the past 12 months.
6
See?
years later, we're still doing it.
How many?
Hell, almost 6 years now, right? 2000, yeah, coming up on 6
No,
years.
5.
No. We started
2015.
2015.
Well,
End
it-
of 2015.
so like 5.5. Yeah.
Wow, I feel
Coming
like
up.
I'm suddenly in the middle of an argument with like an old couple.
Well, no, it's like if you go back to 5.5 years ago when we first started, we're like, I like this movie. It had good character development. 5.5 years later, I like this movie. It had good character. It's the same fucking thing over and over. Just plug in different names of characters. It's like how I have nothing left to say about movies.
That's why we talk about mud flaps and fucking puppet porn and everything else now.
I
Exactly.
love it. I love it.
See?
I say
This
we
is
skipped
where
the
we're at.
reviews tonight, which is bullshit.
2 more shows, buddy. 2 more shows is a bullshit show. We can fucking bullshit for 3 hours. I can't wait for that show.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what? It might be the new format. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it. Maybe it'll be so good and so well received. The listeners will be saying, you know what? Don't even talk about horror anymore. Just come here and
I
talk
want
about
to talk about
story.
horror. I just don't want to talk
Instead
about
of the horror
movies.
movie podcast.
Yeah, we'll always talk about horror, just not movie reviews. See, there you go. Back to that Slumber Party Massacre. That's what I love about that show is they did the same thing that we do in a manner of speaking on WotC, the 3-act structure. You know, that's something that I came up with, the 3 acts, boom, 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 and that's what we do. So now, when you do a 3-act structure, I did invent the 3-act structure for podcasts. Damn it! Now everybody
Oh, trademark, Dave Z.
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm happy. I'm not mad about it. I'm happy that I did something that other people liked and also are doing. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said when we went Patreon only, I hope that other podcasts do it. I want to change the whole fucking face of horror podcast world. one fucking way at a time.
And
I want to
it
be
had a
Prince.
face.
Yeah, it has a face. It's ugly and fucking people. Don't even get me started.
It's like
Anyway.
Leatherface.
Yeah, with our format, because it does feel like a slumber party. It really does. Like it's us getting together and just being stupid, having fun, playing games, talking shit, talking about dicks and shit. And
Dicks
so by
and
the time yeah, dicks and shit. Yeah. Stay tuned for episode 6.
That one
kids.
time when I got Nutella on my cock. Do you guys have Nutella in the States?
Yes.
We do.
The who?
I just have a hazelnut allergy, so it's a sensitive subject for me.
Aw.
Did you say a cow?
There's the Brandon joke for you. Nutella on my dick.
Oh, Nutella. I've seen it.
Nutella. Yeah, we would say peanut butter down here in the States. I mean, it's for that joke, but yeah. Nutella's too expensive for us to use that as a sex aid for your dog to come lick on you.
Right, for a dog, it's gonna be old school PB.
It's got to be, it's gonna be like Kroger generic,
Right.
Dogs don't care.
No, my
Yeah, we're not
dog
using
gets the
Nutella.
Reese's mixed, the peanut butter and the grape jelly mixed in together.
You
They
know
still
that.
make it?
He's a good dog.
It's not.
He's a good boy. He gets this good stuff.
So
Wow.
wait,
Isn't that goober?
Nutella.
That's goober grape though. Isn't the
Goober.
Reese's? The Reese's is the peanut butter and chocolate one mixed together. Goober grape is the jelly and peanut butter.
Goober grape.
Goober grape.
look at Christian. He's checked out. He's like, I'm out of Goober grape.
Yeah. It's like, wait, do we have that in Canada? I
Side
don't think
profile.
As Renee
I don't-
Zellweger said in TCM4, shut up, you had me at Goober grape.
so.
We just have bagged milk that nobody
bag-
seems to get. It's not that we don't have jugs or cartons, these fucking animals that I deal with over here.
Jugs.
Yeah,
Uh,
the show.
Post
Do you have
a little
pig tits?
video
Do you have
on your
pig tits with
Facebook
milk?
feed, Christian. You put the video of this is how bag milk works. I tried to post a video yesterday. I don't think it ever showed up, but I am like one of the few American advocates of the bag milk because for those of you who drink boxed wine, if you open it up, it's just a bag of wine. Nothing different.
That's it.
You like Capri Sun? Same thing, same concept.
And it's not our only option. It's just an option. And even my daughter and I were saying after the last show, it is weird when you really drill down and think about it. But if you've grown up with it, you don't think twice. You're just like, yeah, okay, yeah. I can get 4 liters, 3 bags of milk, done. Or I can get a 2-liter jug, 1
according
liter
to
jug,
the
whatever.
article that Heather posted, it's more common, more countries use the bag milk than the carton nowadays. It's just, Americans think that
we should
do.
bomb all those countries.
Yeah, we just think that what we do is the right thing. And it's the
and that's what boiled down. That trickled into the Exploding Heads chat, where I just laugh at that mentality.
Hey, I tried to order a carton of bread, and
everybody else who doesn't live in the
you didn't
States.
respond to me.
Well, wait a minute. Hold the fuck on.
I
Listen,
did respond to you. In my head, I'm like, that fucking asshole. I did respond.
But once you cut the tip off the milk, how do you seal it up to keep it,
It
from
stays
going?
it just stays. You just
opened?
Open, exposed like that.
Opened in
We
the
have
fridge,
caps.
exposed?
We have
it's a
caps.
little fucking.
But
it's
it's
a
gonna
little
spoil
Later, it's
quicker.
opened. It's gonna spoil.
Yeah, it's still gonna spoil in
No,
the
it's
fridge.
not.
You better drink it real quick.
Temperature you give your
what about
fridge set.
A paper
You
carton,
American-
that's not airtight, even if you push it back in.
Yeah, but
That
even the
doesn't
cartons have
spoil.
gone to the cap on them now. Even the cartons have caps on them now. You don't do that old like.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Nice to
Yeah.
you guys.
And I always thought it was because of spoiling. And this guy cuts a hole in it. It doesn't even fit. Half the bag is hanging out the top of this cheap ass
Yeah.
jug they give you.
Right. I don't get that.
You know what I want to do? I want to bomb the States with milk bags. I just want to try.
Lactose intolerant.
Maine is first, PC. Maine is first.
What about Alabama?
Fucking PC.
start at the
Maine
border and
jumped
work
up.
your way
Yeah.
down.
Wait though. This is okay. Now I don't bag milk. It's like what B said. It seems to me that like you can open up anything. Get a can of apple juice or a bottle of apple juice. Open it up and don't put the lid on it.
Exactly.
A Dixie cup on top of it or something, and then take another one and open it and then seal it and then drink them both the next day. The one that you sealed up is going to take better. Do this test with bagged milk. This will solve it. Bagged milk and use the cow's milk.
I have to. I've done the test for 46 years.
Yeah, but this is fun. It doesn't make sense that it would spoil.
I'm 3 in the age bracket. Oh, all right.
See,
Yeah.
Let's just remember, I'm still the baby.
I know.
Yeah, we know.
yeah, but it's
He's the youngest.
But I look the
I
oldest.
was born 10 years sooner, to be honest with you. I wish I was born.
I'm sorry, we're talking over you. I'm not disagreeing that it is maybe a weird concept if you're not used to it. It's just not grasping the concept or just not being open to it. That is typically American. That's what sums it up. And I'm not trying to be insulted, but that's what comes out in all the responses to the text. I know everybody's trying to be funny in those texts, but that's what I get from it is it's an unwillingness to change or to adapt.
Right, that's super Merkin right there. That's more Merkin than. So I was talking about next weekend about getting some mortars down at the fireworks store and shooting them off in the soybean field across from my house. And I said, there's nothing more Merkin than that. Also, nothing more American than dissing progressiveness from other countries or different ways of doing things.
But that's not me.
Illustrated. I know that's not what you guys are getting at.
Okay.
And not, to be honest, to be fair to everybody that was in the chat, I don't think anybody. We were just busting balls and joking around. But
no, I was being serious. It's stupid as fucking hell.
Well, when I
do you drink Capri Sun? Do you drink juice
look at you
boxes?
there.
Yeah, but I drink it all at once, Capri Sun. You drink Capri Sun, you take it open, you stick the fucking straw, and you drink it in one.
Son.
You don't drink fucking 6
He's
sips.
gone. He's out.
You don't drink 6 sips of fucking Capri Sun and then put it back in the fridge and drink it 2 days later, like you may do with milk. That's the problem. You're opening something up. That's what I'm saying. I never had a problem with bagged milk. I thought it was odd, and I explained on the show why. That was just plain odd. But what we saw yesterday, the video, which is supposed to be his amazing evidence to show how simple it was, gave me more questions than answers.
Okay,
Like,
so
wait a
do you
minute.
think though don't you think there are probably containers that have lids? I mean, okay, Christian. Okay.
Yeah, but they're still open.
He's back. He's like, this is still going on.
Yes.
It's open to be over.
I can't believe I am like advocating for this, but it's like, are there containers? Can you buy containers that have lids on them?
I wish we could put a lid on Canada.
As do we. We hope that just, when I told you, I made the joke before. When Trump was there, you're looking at the wrong border. Build the wall fucking north. We're all in.
It's a good question though,
Here's
Rebecca. Christian, is there a lid? Is there a lid
like,
for the
can
milk
you
jug?
buy containers that have a lid?
I'm sure there are people that do that, but then that seems weird to me because they've got those built-in containers that you put the bag in. Otherwise, you just go buy a carton of milk. I get what you guys are saying, and I'm sure that exists too. Instead of that container that I cut the top off and put the bag into, I'm sure you could just pour it into anything and then just put that in the fridge. I don't see people doing that.
If I ever have to drink bagged milk when I'm done with that bag, I'm putting it over my head.
I'll send you a few extras.
Send me a few extras. I don't want to live. If this is what the world has come to, I don't want to live anymore. I'm fucking David Galing myself with a bag of milk.
Oh boy, I don't understand why they don't come with one of those spouts. You know what I'm saying? Like I can picture like a blue spout, like a thing on top that you just kind of pop open and then dump it and then put the cap back on. You know what I'm getting at? Like almost like an inflatable fucking air mattress. Like they have a spout on it that you can pop open.
Can you get an air mattress full of milk?
Yeah.
A milk mattress?
A milk mattress.
It's just a milk mattress.
Yeah, someone should make a water bed.
Pretty sure.
I bet you the milk would stay fresher in the air mattress than it would in that open bag, exposed to bacteria.
This sums it up. I'm arguing with 3 people that don't even have to refrigerate their milk. I could buy milk that you could buy off. I'm not arguing with you, Becca. I'm sorry.
She's defending you. She's defending you.
Not include me in this. I am okay.
I'm raged.
I'm just questioning. I'm not arguing. Hold up though. Number one, I'm only questioning, and you know me. If you say something to me and you prove your point, I will concede. I'll say, you know what, that makes sense to me. I'm gonna move on. So I was all ready to move on until I saw the video yesterday. When I saw that it was exposed, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Now I see a problem here. And as far as being American and not being able to, reflect,
We
I'm
still
not.
buy gallons of gas. That says a lot. And we buy gallons of milk.
Well, we're used to that.
We don't fucking change, motherfuckers. We're Merca.
I don't mind changing because I'm number one. I'm not fucking patriotic. Just because I was born here doesn't mean shit to me. Just because I happen to be born here doesn't mean the pile of dirt that I was fucking born on doesn't make a difference. It's better than yours. That makes no sense. It's never made
born on a pile of dirt.
Pride does not make sense to me.
Sorry,
in any
mom
fucking
suddenly.
way.
Yeah.
In a barn.
In a
I'm
barn.
just saying. I don't understand pride because you are what you are. It can't be helped. So it is what it is. Just like,
Oh, it's Pride Month, Dave. Come on. I can't believe you just said that.
Canada
I
and
don't-
revamp their bag milk system. You're coming up with all these. Go patent your spout thing up in Canada and see if it flies.
Yeah. Spigot milk.
Answer spigot milk,
Whoa,
which is what Fox
whoa.
Wine is, by the way. It does have the bag has like a spigot thing, and the spigot thing comes out of the box. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can say that word, can you? Spigot?
spigot. Spigot.
Yeah.
Sounds like a combination of all the words you can't say.
yeah, you're right.
What a big old spigot he's being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Puerto Ricans is basically a spigot, right? That's what he is. So
Put
anyway,
a perfectly fine word into something bad.
No, it just doesn't sound right. A spigot.
it doesn't sound right.
Spigot.
But
I
see, hold on.
Stand by
let me finish the thought.
flaccid and spigot. Okay.
Nothing worse than a flaccid spigot.
Oh yeah. That's why you had the box, right? So it keeps shape.
Oh fuck. But let me
Your
finish
bag
what I was
doesn't go
saying.
flaccid.
Oh fuck. I will. I don't mind conceding, and I don't have pride saying, oh well, this is better than. It's just like what you were saying. It's what we were used to. Now I have a question. Like for me, the temperature thing, but we were talking about the Celsius Fahrenheit thing we were talking about yesterday. I happen to like it because I'm so used to looking at high temperatures and saying, oh, it's going to be 80 today. And the higher the number, the better, because I love heat and I don't like cold. So anytime I see things in the 30s, it's automatic depression for me just because of, you know what I mean, what I've been built to think. Now, here's my question. Hold on. In Celsius, this has always been my biggest problem with Fahrenheit, that freezing should be 0, not 32. That's fucked up. But here's my question. In Celsius, is freezing 0? If so, I will give you all the props in the world.
It is 0.
So that's it. So that's
0 degrees is freezing point.
Freezing,
Well, then Celsius
freezing is 0, and -40 is the place where Fahrenheit and Celsius actually match up.
Well, see, Canadians are right in that
At
respect.
100 boiling. However, I like, again, because we like to jab in those group chats and whatever. But the reality is, I think we've had this discussion. It's so funny how if you go back to old episodes, I think we've brought this up before in the past. But when we talk about the weather, the day-to-day weather, I talk about Celsius because that's what we're used to. But if I was talking pool temperature, 9 out of 10 times I'm saying Fahrenheit. Oh, the pool's 85. Don't ask me why, but it's just that's what it kind of went to.
Now,
maybe it's just a me thing, but it seems like most of my friends growing up, we spoke about that. Oh, it's going to be 25 degrees Celsius out today, which is great. Oh, the pool's at 85.
What about spoiling temperatures for bagged milk? Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
See,
Man.
are your thermometers?
No, let's drill down on that joke. It's a measurement. It's a measurement of temperature. So it doesn't matter what you use, Brandon.
No, I'm just wondering what you would say, what you and your buddies would say. Are you referring to it like the pool or like the weather?
Now that makes more sense. It is way funnier. No, I'm just kidding.
Like your fridge. When you look into your fridge, do you talk about it as, well, it's probably about this temperature? Do you do it in pool or do you do it in air? Like you?
No, everything else is pretty much Celsius. Everything else, except if depends on where you buy your shit. Sometimes you'll buy a thermostat and it's supposed to translate into, Fahrenheit or Celsius, and it may not. Your thermostat may not. It might not be able to switch over.
I would take it back if it wasn't in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Just saying. I can't convert. I can't do basic math.
No,
in
I
my head.
can't either. I agree. I can't.
Well, no, again, it's what you're used to. If you're used to, why would you change now? I don't blame. And again, I don't care. I just make jokes about it, like that. You guys do it one way, we do another. Done.
But I'll change. Like that's what I'm saying is I'll be the first person to say I don't mind change, because when it comes to I think that the Canadians do it better when it comes to the temperature, because freezing should be 0. That never made sense to me.
You know what change you can do for Christian? Stop talking about summer series. That would be a great change.
I haven't said a word about summer series. Only summer series.
Look at it, beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm gonna say giant.
Really good with some sharp cheddar.
I told Lacey that. I go, you got to kick the witch out just for shits and giggles. She's like, I don't think I'm going to get the option. I'm like, I want a Sanjaya the whole summer.
Sanjaya.
I want to, whatever I could do to get in power, I want to fuck that series. I don't know why. I don't know why I want to do it.
Chance, asshole. You had your chance. You could have been an adjudicator.
Has there ever been a Sanjaya reference on a horror podcast? Because
I don't even know what day it is.
I don't even know. Of course, that's one of Dave's blind spots. It's up to
Sanjaya? I have no. It's a movie.
American Idol got really popular year after year after year, and there's one year where this kid Sanjaya was on, and there was like all these, like Stern was doing it, and a bunch of other. They were like trying to fix the vote to keep this kid in who was
he couldn't
not the best.
He really was not good.
Yeah, and so they kept him in way longer. Like they couldn't get him out because he got like America's vote for a long time, but then eventually he got out.
And interesting fact, he was a spigot.
You're the spigot if you call him.
He was a spigot.
So Becca didn't know either.
No, I did not. I do not follow any of those shows.
She is like me.
This was like 20 years ago. This was a long time.
Kelly Clarkson was about the last American Idol that I could even give you the name of.
I know nothing.
Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
I know. Kelly she's probably retired by now.
No, she's going to just stick it over Ellen next year. See, this is pop culture. This is what I don't understand. What Dave's like, who knew? But it just seems like to be like that's what if you just open your phone up and go to the news tab, these things will pop up. And
there's your answer.
The news.
I don't go to the fucking news. I don't want to know the news. I don't go to the news tab.
Maybe you should have gone to the Wikipedia for Shrew's
I don't want to know. Shrew's Nest? That movie?
That movie. What are you talking about? We're like, it was right there in the fucking wall, Dave. It was right there. The picture was in the wall.
I don't know. I see. That's all I already don't know what you're talking about. I already forgot.
Christian knows.
Whatever you're talking about, I already forgot. It's already left my mind. That's the luxury of being me. I can watch movies again, a second and third time, and maybe I'm fooling myself into thinking, I didn't know that. But maybe once upon a time I did know. You know what I mean? It happens.
That's why I say we could pretty much just restart the show and do the exact same movies again, and Dave would have no fucking clue. We might as well just start.
Why don't we
Episode 151 is a Christmas story. Well, no, Alone in the Dark and Final Girls. That's 151.
Why don't we just tell them we recorded 300 episodes, and after 150 we just release release them again, and then we'll see you at 301, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. People will love it. Now they're paying for it. They're gonna want to hear fucking reruns. Sure. These fucking guys.
I love it. Reruns, clip shows, whatever we can do. How can we pack this fucker out? Yeah.
Don't do it.
I've heard this before.
What I'm thinking of doing is just downloading other podcasts, like I'll do like In the Mic of Madness, but we'll repackage it as our own.
Right. Like you guys could just you can Mystery Science Theater 3000 it. You could just comment over other people's podcasts.
Beautiful. I love it. And we might not even comment. That takes a little bit of work.
You might just download and repackage. Change the thumbnail. It's ours now.
It's perfect. I like Bob Hope it. Bob Hope, what do we call it? Robin Williams.
Bob Hope. What the fuck? I think you better call Bob Hope. What movie?
Bob Hope came up. I think you better.
No one else does this much for cheer. I'll hook you up. I'll set it up. why you're wearing your anatomy out? And he goes, oh, come on, it's for charity. No one else does this much for charity. Bob Hope would. That's true. See, I'm dealing with fucking amateurs. I never want to hear your opinions ever again on this fucking franchise. Ever again. Because if you don't know that fucking exchange, then Becca, this does not include you. I'm only talking about.
Oh, okay, because I'm sitting here clueless too. But
is it Hellraiser?
No, it's not fucking Hellraiser.
I just want to give you the most ridiculous answer just to piss you off even more.
I kind of hope it's Amityville so I don't have to talk about them anymore.
Oh,
shit.
Is it Rocky?
It's a yes. It's Rocky 3.
Yeah.
It's when Thunder Lips is coming out, and Mickey is questioning fucking why Rocky is doing this, and he's like, you must have about 100 pounds of brain damage. I've seen wrestlers that was bigger than dinosaurs, kid. You ever fight a dinosaur? I could do the whole fucking exchange.
Did you know Thunder Lips' first role was actually Bat Pussy?
Oh, really? Oh my God. God.
The sequel was
alert all of the film experts who have been trying to figure that out for years.
Yeah, Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips.
I gotta see what year Angel Above, The Devil Below came out of, to see if it's gonna count. I'm gonna have.
It doesn't matter. We'll do whatever. I mean, we've been kind of heavy in the 70s and 80s, but we've been trying to branch out a little bit.
It's got. I want to say but it could be the 70s still. No, 74. See, it was
perfect. Perfect, right in our wheelhouse.
Beautiful.
Boy, it's fucking great. Anyway, Angel Above, The Devil Below. I recommend it to anybody. If you're a fan of horror and porn, you can't go wrong. And
all right,
it's fun, So
I figure you probably can go wrong. I bet that's not as good as you remember it.
I don't
know. I'm intrigued. I think
I saw it when he was 2.
The trailer sold me. The trailer sold me.
Did you see it? I thought you don't watch trailers.
You
don't watch trailers.
They used to make trailers for 70s.
Wait, she gets anal? Oh, they spoiled it.
I ain't no Mark. I ain't going to see this now. Fuck Thunder Lips. I'm boycotting this.
She touches balls? Oh, they show way too much in this fucking thing. A pick in the asshole.
I had insatiable.
You know what's going to be great, Becca? You know when we're going to have you back on when we're doing the Halloween Kills show? Because Dave can't be on it because he's boycotting it. So it's going to be the three of us.
Oh, okay. Boycott. I have not watched the trailer. I have avoided everything because in 2018, more so even than when Trump got elected, in 2018, I think I lost more friends to the Halloween movie. I've already started feeling it, like not friends, like not real friends, but like, internet people, like I've already been like,
assholes.
Go.
You could say it.
Go. Yeah, like I'm okay, this group is a dumpster fire and it's all being proven yet once again by Halloween Kills and a mere trailer.
Yeah. That's fans in a nutshell. I don't know why it surprises anybody, but as we say on this show now, to each their own.
Well, so someone posted yesterday, and I think he's a novice. He said something about, I'm just going to say it, Halloween Kills looks like it's going to suck or something like that. And I said, congratulations. You're one of the many Michael Myers fanboys who cannot separate opinion like from reality.
Was this Brandon?
And I'm like, I haven't even seen the trailer.
Too many pumpkins.
I'll say this. I hated Halloween 2018. I watched the trailer for the new one. I think it looks awesome.
And you know what? It doesn't fucking matter because it doesn't matter. You can think the movie is great. You can think the trailer sucks, blah, blah, blah. That's not reality. You can't say that movie sucks. I don't know why it is with Halloween specifically that people are so like, fight me. What I say is right. They get real Merkin, We drink our milk in cartons and Halloween 2018 sucks. Like they have these such absolutes.
Michael Myers passed the driving test. Changed my mind.
Right. Right. I mean, you don't see people do that like with Friday the 13th. You don't see them do it with Nightmare on Elm Street. you know, not even like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just these Halloween fanboys, man. They get to me big time.
Brandon brought this up on the show eons ago that Halloween fanboys are amongst the worst in the industry.
Oh, by far.
They kind of remind me of they are like the Twitter users of the horror community or something, or I don't know. There's something about them that like
they're not LinkedIn.
No. They're not classy like us.
Wagga.
They are. They've always been that way.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like they are like the angry Twitter teenagers or something. I don't know.
You know who's going to be in second place, though, which I've noticed the last, 5, 6, 7 years, though, are the Scream fanboys. The Scream fanboys. And the worst part about the Scream fanboys is that they look at us and they say that we only like this because of nostalgia, when you could 100% say what they do. If you like Scream and happen to like all the stuff that just came out in that fucking time and not really be into the 70s stuff or the 80s stuff, but really love everything 90s and early 2000s, you are the definition of only liking something for nostalgia.
Yeah, ladies, take that. I mean, sorry. I blacked out. What happened? I blacked out.
We learned a very good lesson. Never say anything about Sidney Prescott, man. I was pretty sure Heather was off the show.
Do you want best final girl and best final male?
Who did?
They can't all be Sidney Prescott.
The Scream, they're number 2 though, man. I'll tell you, they have a chip on their shoulder, and I think it's because that's the only flag they have to wave. For what they watched at that time. So I get it. But I mean, they're number 2 after the Halloween fanboys now. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. This is just what I've observed.
No, and it's like not talking about individual people. We're talking about like the group. And usually with a group, the people who talk the loudest are the ones you hear. They are, the silent majority. You don't ever hear them, who are just like, yeah, I liked Halloween 3, but 4 was kind of bad. It's okay. Those people you don't ever hear because they're being drowned out by that little group of like.
Amen.
Yeah. Same thing with the Scream. Not against any particular people, but if you start talking shit and getting into fistfights online about Halloween kills, I immediately will block you.
I just won't talk to him.
I know how to do that. Yeah. No, I know. It's so frustrating. Did you see, this is in the same sort of area because we're talking about trailers. Did you see Jamie's post yesterday? Mwah. Jamie's.
No, I don't see posts.
I thought of you.
I blocked Jamie. I blocked her. What did it say?
Wait, what did she do? I was talking to Jamie all day yesterday on text. So I know
what you're talking about, but I can't remember. Yeah, she had a very.
Don't watch trailers or like the vegans of the horror community.
No.
Yes, you have to remind everyone that you don't watch trailers every 2 seconds. I don't watch trailers. That's Dave and JP. I don't watch trailers.
I do not. Hold on a minute.
So, Dave and JP. I was shocked you didn't see it. It was like
she didn't put names. She just said to the people who don't watch trailers, you're like it's like vegans. We know. Shut up.
But I don't say it. I didn't say yesterday. I don't put posts up saying I don't watch the fucking trailer. I say it on the show in conversation.
He only watches 70s porn trailers.
If they ask me, what now? Go ahead. Now I got a fucking bug up my ass. Go ahead.
Well, that's it. I'm glad I brought it up because that was my goal, but that wasn't Jamie's goal.
Yeah, Jamie did not say any particular names. It was just about people who say they don't watch trailers.
Somebody messaged me yesterday about this, but didn't say where it came from and what was going on. And they said something about, boy, people are getting upset about the anti-trailer people now. So that's why I kind of talked about it. So that's why I kind of talked about it in our page in our group page, and I said something about if you don't want anything given away, don't see it, because I got mad because something got spoiled in a meme. So anyway, but then I talked a little bit about it in that thread. Huh?
Wait, I think this group is
Spoiler
actually
alert.
more butthurt than the Scream or the Halloween fanboys.
But hold on, this is the thing. I don't go telling everybody all the time I don't want. I used to because I was the only guy. Oh boy, C left us. C left us. We need him.
I'm here.
He was just a picture.
He was just opening his bag of milk and didn't want to be ridiculed.
Don't judge me.
Don't judge me. In 2013 and 14, when I stopped watching them, that's when I was telling people that I'm not watching anymore, and this is why, and I'm going to spread the news. Stop watching trailers. When I first started doing it. Well, but hold on. It
wasn't a thing.
I wasn't trying to fucking... Hold on, though. I'm not being a vegan and telling everybody you have to eat this way because of this and this. If I said it... Hold on now. Now, you're the one that started it, see? So now, if I said it...
You made your bed, now you lie.
Don't shut me down now. Don't shut me down now. When I said it, I was saying, I got mad. Hold on now. I was saying, if I got mad because I got things given away, and I like to experience the movie for the first time, beginning to end, as a whole. I like that. That's when I pop. That's when I get happy and I'm surprised. And it's one of the few things that makes me really happy, like when I was a kid again, when I'm at a theater and I see something. Now, if everybody else saw the trailer, they're not going to get that same fucking feel because they already saw it in the trailer. They knew. Like something that happens in this new one, something was given away in the trailer. And I know when I'm watching this movie with my wife, whenever that's going to be, she's going to see it and like tap my leg and say, she's going to be excited about it for me because she knows how much I love it. Oh, she'll be able to look at that. And all I'll be able to do is just like smile and look at her. Say, yeah, that was spoiled for me. Is what
you
I'll
could
do.
Yell at her.
I won't have their reaction.
Yeah. Wrench.
Right, get off me, Wrench.
But back to this. In the beginning, I was excited to pass on the info that I wasn't going to do it anymore. This was in the beginning, 13, 14, 2015. I was loud and proud about it. Trailers are no good. Stop watching them because, hold the fuck on.
No trailers.
Because
gay rights? No trailers.
Hold on now.
I'm sorry.
The reason I was saying it is because I see people bitching about fucking they saw the trailer and they got mad that this got spoiled. It isn't just me saying like a vegan, wow, your heart's gonna be better. We know this shit, and by now that was 2013, 14, 15. Now in 2021, I don't walk around saying I don't watch trailers. If it comes up on the show, we know this. People that know me and that listen to the show know that about me. I don't have to say that anymore. So it's to the point now where the people that don't want to watch trailers, they've already figured this out on their own. They didn't need me to point them in the direction. Like vegans, though, that's another story. If people have huh? Let me say what I got to say. You started, the can of worms is open. If somebody has a heart attack fucking 40 years down the line because they didn't eat fucking vegan, well, that's too late now. But people now, it's early on. They found out. They know that they're not going to watch trailers anymore because for their reasons. But every time a movie comes out, like a Halloween or a this or that with trailers, I don't make a post on my Facebook page for the public and say, I'm not going to watch trailers. I'm not like one of those people that like these fucking assholes that when the Super Bowl comes around, horror fans, okay, always have to put up their fucking little post. Oh, everybody's so excited about the Super Bowl. I couldn't care less about it. I'm going to watch Halloween today. We see it. Those are the motherfuckers to complain about. We know that you're not going to watch the Super Bowl. Who the fuck cares? Trailers, this is like a PSA. This is like saying if you don't want things spoiled, and I don't do it anymore. This was in the beginning. No, because people are going to fucking look at posts like that, and they're going to fucking say, they're going to point the finger at me and JP.
You know what? When I closed my
Neil
eyes.
was the only one.
Very early on in the trend, and it was a trend, and then same thing. I get you.
I started in the late 90s. I close my eyes when I drive past a trailer park because I don't even want to see trailer parks.
Oh wow! You'd never make it in Indiana, I tell you what.
Yeah,
I don't think I would.
Well, guess what? I'm fucking glad that the cult of fucking Z has expanded and that all these people don't watch trailers anymore. That was what I fucking aimed for in 2013, 14,
Dude,
15.
He is responsible for people not watching trailers and 3 acts in a podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
And milk cartons.
And 8 out of 5 and
And
6.75 ratings.
6.75, yep.
Yeah.
And we just ruined his friendship with Jamie.
And I have
You-
to ego
Jamie's
about
gonna-
No, I'm not.
Ghost at me now. She wasn't even aiming it. She'll
No.
say that in the post.
Jamie said
This wasn't
nothing
directed at
about
anybody.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guarantee people weighed in. Hold on.
Only Veal,
I
only
guarantee
Neil.
If
people
anybody-
that have a fucking prior beef with me or because for whatever fucking reason or have some type of a difference of opinion that bothered them are gonna look at that and they're gonna say, oh that's Dave, and they're gonna laugh at it and say that we're assholes and this, because any chance to jump on top of somebody that they might have had a fucking difference of opinion in the past for, that's how people are. They're fucking small-minded. They will jump on top of shit and pile on. It's like politics, same thing. They'll pile on just to oppose somebody. You know what I mean? Even if they don't have a strong opposition to something, like a little opposition or a small opinion, they'll jump on it just to oppose somebody on the other side.
Gary jumped in
Yeah,
because he has a
so-
cinema beef with you.
Neil Lemoy has no balls because he put cough cough Dave at LMAO and didn't tag you.
Yeah. That's the only one. That's the
JP,
one, really.
aka JP says aka me and Dave Z, LOL. And Jamie says to him, LOL, don't feel targeted. It's just a general statement, but if it fits, winky face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christian, look
Yeah,
what
but
you
you
fucking
see-
started, man.
Yeah, but hold on. That's not fucking me.
Well,
though.
I'm the asshole that Dave is talking about, the one that will like jump in and just say something political just to get the fucking, and then I'm out. I'm like, you guys
We're
don't know
in
shit.
the
I'm gonna
pot
go
is
next.
what it's called, baby.
I'm not going to say something political. I'm not going to. And if I say anything, it'll be. I'm not going to say nothing political. But I will say this: just because I was one of the first people that said I'm not watching trailers anymore, and I did say it to a few people in fucking groups years ago. I'm talking about Banana Laser days, Skeleton Crew days, before this show. I would say, hey man, if you don't watch trailers, I don't watch them. It'll make your life easier. That's all I said back then publicly. Now I don't fucking say that unless somebody asks me. Just like opinions on movies, unless someone asks me and it's not on the show, I don't share my opinions. But just now, that's me. Just because other assholes turned into those people and are loud about fucking not watching trailers and have since discovered it in the last 2-3 years and now tell everybody every time a movie comes out, don't fucking bring your shit on me, because that's not me. I'm not that type of person. But see,
Hey, there are a lot of vegans with the same fucking story too, right? I was a vegan before it was annoying. That's what you're trying to say. You were a non-trailer watcher before a group of people made it annoying to not be a trailer watcher.
Nope, it was always annoying.
I know.
What's annoying now is I got to put a
typically
trigger
try to
warning on this.
avoid trailers. Yeah. I typically try to avoid trailers. I'm not like hard and fast on like I'm not gonna watch things. I mean, there are a few movies that I actually was really disappointed in because of the trailer. Ma was one. I tried not to watch that trailer. I knew it was the type of movie they were gonna spoil stuff. And then I watched it and I was like, I probably would have liked this movie if I hadn't seen the trailer. I mean, I liked it, but I think I would have really liked it.
What about Mama? Mama was good.
Mama was good. I don't know if I saw the trailer for that or not. But yeah,
It was
but
okay.
I mean, yeah. But it's just it's a matter of, yes, there are people out there, Dave, who get ragey about it, who it's like a badge of honor. You know, Jason Smith, I'm talking about you. Like I don't watch trailers. Oh, you know?
I love
not like
Jason
that.
Smith.
No,
I love
but
Jason
Dave did do
Smith
that
too.
too.
I know you do, hon. I
Dave
know.
did
I know.
that. Dave did that too, but within the group realm and whatever. And again, I understand. I didn't realize this was.
You're like backpedaling,
No,
like,
I'm like,
whoa,
Dave
No, you knew.
you're
or
backpedaling
they
full
just
of
hate it
Jamie
so much.
at this point.
You knew
No,
you
Dave-
I
stunk.
don't look at the fucking. Okay, here's my new thing. So now here's my new trend. I'm not talking about trailers anymore. I've been saying this for 2 fucking years and nobody has listened to me. I do not look at the fucking the feed in Facebook. I do not look at the fucking feed. So now that's why I didn't see Jamie's thing. I don't see what the fuck people do because I don't want to be bothered with bullshit. I only stick to horror groups only. So I don't see the feed because then no one's gonna piss me off. No one talks politics in the fucking in the horror group pages, and if they do, they definitely don't in ours. But I gave that up 2 years ago now. I only do that thing that says
I'll
groups.
do it for shits.
So I don't do that anymore. That's fine.
You don't.
That's
I'm
why.
the asshole. I feel like more of the asshole this episode than in recent history. I made that bad Go-Go's joke earlier that I'm not going to forget. I'm that asshole, but I'm not.
I'm the asshole apparently. But check it out. I'm gonna fucking vow right now. I'm gonna say this right here live on the show, and I don't do this. When I do it, it's serious business. I'll retire from podcasting. I will retire from fucking podcasting if I ever say I don't watch trailers online ever fucking again.
We gotta get him to say it, Christian.
I will never fucking say it again. Never.
You know how many texts I'm gonna get from Jamie going, "You son of a bitch"? I didn't even. It wasn't targeted at anybody. I'm reading right from her thing. I just said I was shocked that you didn't see it because your name was brought up because of course by Neil. Who else is gonna say it? Of course.
Right, and like I said, he doesn't have balls enough to tag you, and I think Christian just thought you probably saw it because your name was on there, but yeah, he doesn't have the balls to tag you.
I just saw your name, and then JP said, "Oh, so you mean Dave and me?" Because you guys have been very vocal. But within our core group, I think what this tag was because specifically, like Becca, you were saying, was that this trailer came out and was like just a shitstorm of negativity and like,
those of us who do look at the fucking feed. Yeah. A lot of people with their fists up, ready to fight.
I thought it looked awesome.
I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna defend Neil. Hold on a second here. In defense of Neil, believe it or not, because I'm a fucking straight shooter. I'm telling you, Neil did not tag me because he is not my Facebook friend. He unfriended me a while back when the business was going on between me and Dan and Lacey, and he unfriended me, and he's no longer my Facebook friend, so he didn't have the ability to tag me.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Okay, so
I have nothing negative to say.
Guys, we're going to dark places, guys. Come on.
I have nothing negative to say about him or anybody. That's how I
hate
roll.
Jason Smith. Oh, where did that come from?
And that includes Jamie, because I don't think Jamie was talking about me because she knows me better than that.
No, she was. I was just talking to her before. She said she was talking specifically about you.
She wouldn't. And if Jamie, I was talking to Jamie about it yesterday via text. So she knows how I feel, and I know why she feels. So I don't care. If anything, I'm enlightened to the fact I don't want to be confused with those people. You know, it's like politics. It's like I used to be a Democrat. Hold on, I used to be a Democrat back in the day. A typical true blue in the fucking 80s and 90s type Democrat. Now I identify as nothing because I don't like the modern Democrats. There's a difference. Same thing here. Okay, I used to be an anti-trailer guy that was talking about it. Now, if these people are being annoying, I'm going to distance myself from that group too. That's too extreme. I don't want to be extreme. So that's why I'm vowing. You will never hear me say that online again. I stake my fucking podcast future on it. If you put me to the test, I will fucking do it. My wife one time, I made a comment years ago on Facebook, like 7 years ago, and it was because I was working at the casino, and I said, because I'm sick to death of fucking smokers, right? And they can smoke in the casino, and they're just arrogant about it. I just hate it. So I said the best thing about smokers is hopefully maybe one day it'll kill them, is what I said. It was a fucking asinine post. I was mad. I had to deal with it at work, and it was childish. And back then I had a hair up my ass, and I would talk politics, this and that, and everything. I was a different. Okay, so
a butt flap.
So then my wife challenged me. She goes, what about the fucking cigarette? The one cigarette fucking every couple of days that you take from my pack and smoke on the deck.
Yeah,
or whatever,
change my mind.
So I would occasionally have a fucking cigarette. Okay, occasionally. So I said that way the fuck back then, 2013, wherever the fuck, I said, okay, you called me out. I will never ever smoke a cigarette again. Guess what? I have not. I've had sex. I've gotten drunk. I've gotten high.
Why was anyone questioning?
I got Rocky Road ice cream. No cigarettes.
I ate a Brussels sprouts.
Because people like to light up a cigarette after they had a fucking good sex session. And if you're with a smoker and they light one up and they go somewhere, it's very easy for you to do it. So I've done all this since. I never smoked a cigarette again. Huh?
Can we call Jamie and just have her straight? I feel like I fucked this show up and you're going to be in a bad mood now for the show.
Did.
I'm enlightened. I'm not in a bad mood. I am now enlightened. if these people are that annoying, I don't want to be fucking people thinking that I'm one of them. So that's why I'm enlightened. If it's that annoying to people, then I vow never to say it again. Who am I to annoy people?
Neil does.
Dave, and to think we thought Rebecca was going to be the issue on this show, and it turns out to be Chris.
Rebecca's been great. She's like, Christian, I'm defending. I'm like, I'm with you on this. I'm like, oh yeah, wait, yeah, sorry. I just have to aim it towards you guys.
Hey man, I only want to spread positive vibes. If anything I'm doing is going to be negative, I don't want to put it out into the world. It's a bad way to be. So if that is negative to say don't watch trailers, then I'm not going to say it anymore. There you have it.
I only want to spread gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Well, that's never going to happen.
Great. You know what? You have to get a date first if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
A girl talked to me. That's my takeaway from that.
I think he just spread gonorrhea in his pants.
And speaking of not looking at the feeds, I feel bad because there's a lot of positives to not doing it, but there are some negatives to not doing it. I get to miss out on things that happen. You know, I hear like my wife will tell me sometimes, oh, today is Jamie and Brian's anniversary. I'm like, oh, thanks. She passed it on because she'll look at the feed. There's a lot of things I miss. Someone could have a baby. Some things could happen. Someone's mother or father could pass away. Don't laugh about it. I don't have the knowledge of it. You know what I'm saying?
Not about the death, the baby.
So basically, he
I
doesn't
know
care
that.
about us personally.
Congrats
I love
on
you all personally.
Congrats on
but
the
I don't-
baby. Sorry, your mother's dead.
Just catching up with you after the last 6 months.
I miss
and
out
that
on.
chicken dinner you had in March looks really delicious as well.
Oh, and sorry, your mother's
I
dead.
thought you were vegan.
I thought you were vegan. I don't watch trailers. Sorry, your mom's dead.
I'll tell you what's the worst. The
Poor
fucking
Dave.
people, not even the vegans anymore. It's the it's the people that are gluten free. They don't shut the fuck up about it.
It's those
That-
damn spigots.
That's
Well,
out of-
There's a group of those people because there is an actual disease, celiac disease. There are people who will die if they eat gluten. And those
Right.
have to be like you are. Like they have to be like, no, I'm not some fucking trendy motherfucker who's like, oh, I'm gluten free. Like, no, I can't eat it.
I could
motherfucker.
die from this.
I can
yeah.
see being a ragey person on that end too.
You know what I do to make up for those people? I order extra gluten in everything I get.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, because we don't want gluten to just be like there'd be like some sort of weird like gluten crisis, you know.
You hear that, Heather? I'm getting extra gluten.
Yeah.
No,
Gluten
but
Todd.
Yeah.
Gluten talk.
That's all
Becca,
I've
did you say you're vegan? Are you actually vegan, or were you just making a joke about it being earlier?
Me?
Oh, she
Said
loves
she was.
Yeah.
No, I'm not vegan. No. I have been before and I never and the
Yeah.
fact that you don't even know that speaks volumes about me.
See, she
You
doesn't
know.
advertise it. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Boom.
But she's gluten free.
Hell no. Pretty sure there's gluten in wine. I don't know.
Dave
But-
Z's a gluten-free vegan who doesn't watch trailers. Change his mind.
Oh.
Change his mind.
Fight me. Yeah.
Fight me.
But that is what I miss out on, not looking at the feed. But I used to just unfollow anybody that talked politics or this or that or anything. Anything too serious, I don't want to see it. I'm on there for fun. So if I see all that stuff, I was unfollowing so many people. One day I just decided, instead of just unfollowing fucking 80% of the people in the world that are on your thing, why not just stop looking at the feed? It's a lot simpler. So I stopped looking. So I do miss out on some things, and that is the negative. But there's so many positives to it. So, but like, one of the things is this: my friend, a fellow podcaster that I've known for years, I missed out on a lot in his personal life. And he recently passed away, and it sucks. And he's someone in the horror community. A lot of people know. So you know what? So I'll dedicate the show to him. Johnny Krug is he was a hell of a guy. It's unfortunate that he's passed away. The world is a sadder place without him. I'm not going to sit here in front and say he was my best friend and I talk to him every day because I didn't, because I missed out on things by not being on the feed, and he wasn't active in all the horror groups anymore. Once upon a time he was. He started off with Kruger Nation. It was the first solo podcast that I had ever heard, and he was fantastic.
Talked about Halloween films. I'm sorry. You're doing a eulogy, and I'm cracking bad jokes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, he was great. He always had a great sense of humor. I did a couple. He was one of the first people to put over Banana Leisure when we first came out, and he was an established podcaster. He had a big podcast, Kruger Nation, and he came out and he said, hey, he reached out to me and Matt and said, hey man, I'd love to come on the show, and he did. And he's one of the early people that left us feedback on the iTunes. So he was there to be really cool. And I did a couple shows with him. He was a big slasher fan, Argento fan, huge Argento guy. But I only did a few shows with him over the year, but I always had a good rapport with him. I mean, he was a good cat. And it's unfortunate that he's passed on, but these are the things that you miss out on. You miss out on interactions with people that you wish you could have had more of them. But rest in peace, Johnny. And I'll move on from that. But now looking at the feed got me thinking about that. So I don't know. There's something to be said. Yeah. Did you know Johnny?
I didn't know. I was friends with them, but I didn't really know much of them. I saw all the posts the last week, and yeah, it's sad. It's sad. I don't know the circumstances, and I don't need to know, but it's just sad. There was I mean, not to shift gears so quickly or whatever like that, but I've had to leave a few groups lately because I just find that whether, again, it's not, and I don't consider myself some elitist fan or anything, anything but it just, some of the comments and some of the posts that are made in these things, one of them was Killer Flicks. I just left.
Oh my God. Don't even say
I can't
those
deal with
fucking words to me. Oh my God. I used to be an admin of that group and I rage quit. It's a trash fire.
Wow.
I mean, it is horrible in there. I'm like, these guys, do they know anything? Like, they'll bring up the best, like a great horror film, and just say it's a piece of shit. And then again, it's a lot of these change my mind things.
Would that be The Hereditary?
Yeah.
That was some, I don't even know.
I don't know.
And then there's like 80s horror or 80s slashers, and I got out of that one too. Really? Oh, I had to get out.
The more people that are in a group, the less likely I am to stay. Like, I'm in one, I think it's just called like horror movies, like exclamation points. And I turned off notifications after somebody was like, oh, has anybody seen this Nightmare on Elm Street movie? It's really cool. Oh my God. And then it was just like 500 comments of like, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, yeah, I don't need this shit.
Oh, be happy for him. Why say what the fuck? Why you should welcome a new horror fan in? Why say what the fuck are you doing?
No, it's probably a 12-year-old, and whatever.
Good.
But
welcome them in if they're a 12-year-old. That's what
I
I
don't
say.
I don't need any of that. I don't need people who are just discovering Nightmare on Elm Street and act like they don't know that everybody else has seen it. That's the thing. Like if somebody starts listening to Led Zeppelin, okay, like they discover it, great. But it's like when they act like they're the first people who have ever heard of Led Zeppelin, that gets on my fucking nerves.
Yeah. I hear you. That it's the way they do it. If they said, "Hey guys, I'm new to horror. I'm just catching up on the classics. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. Holy shit, was it great."
Right? Yeah.
It's
what
the way
ones should I watch? Yeah.
But they're right.
Totally.
It's the verbiage or how they construct their post, and you're just like, I can't.
Yeah. Has anybody ever heard of this? It's this movie called Phantasm. Yeah. It's like
they're
real
probably
rare.
I bet you they're trailing.
They're not.
Yes.
I don't think they are.
Some are trolling, but some are just
dumb.
They've got issues. They're dumb. Yes, thank you.
That's funny, man. I'm trying not to let that stuff, get to me. I'm just like, it could be worse. You know what I mean? I've come to realize as long as we're not talking anything too serious, like politics or religion or just anything like that, I'm like, yeah, it is a little ridiculous, but I'm trying to be at a place where that stuff doesn't agitate me, and it takes training.
You did good with Christian before when he called you out.
Well, that's calling me out personally. Of course,
What was it called?
You were very calm,
For
though.
the record, we got to get Jamie on this call.
I had
For
to
the record,
respond.
Either Jamie or I were calling you out. I just wanted to say I'm shocked you didn't respond within that, but you explained the reason why. You explained your reason why. I just don't want Jamie going, what the fuck, man? You're trying to start shit, but I am not trying to start anything between. I know
There's
Jamie.
nothing to start.
Color cis. Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah.
Everything's great.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
Jamie's not gonna. Right, I'm gonna talk to Jamie today, I'm sure, and if not tomorrow, it's good. Just the fact that she said that isn't gonna bother me at all because I don't think that she's referring to me. She's probably saying that someone says that every time a new movie comes out, and I know that's not me. And if it is me, she's also the type of person that would say it directly to me. She wouldn't have any qualms about fucking saying, you know what? I can't believe you do that. She wouldn't be mean about it. She'd be laughing about it. She'd be like, "You're fucked up." You know, she would.
No, I guarantee that she is in 1,000 horror groups where people have just been posting, "Stop talking about the Halloween Kills trailers. I do not watch trailers. Blah blah blah. You know, suck me."
Right.
Like, I guarantee that's what she's talking
Dave,
about.
how do you make the rounds in all those groups?
What do you mean?
Isn't
Oh.
that you?
No, and it will not be me. It's passe now. It's I'm not gonna do it anymore. Again, I don't.
Change his name in our chat to Anti-Trailer Dave.
I wonder if do it. There you go. That's my whole identity now. Awesome. It's okay though. You know, people like it to each their own. You don't want to watch trailers? Don't. You want to watch them? Do. It ain't gonna watch them till your fucking eyeballs bleed and fall out for all I care. I don't care what the fuck. It's your life. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna watch them, and I personally am happier without them. And that's it. That's all there is to it. That's why I made the decision. I said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And you know what? There's been so many instances where I think I've even said it on the show. Man, I'm so glad I didn't see the trailer because I heard blah, blah, blah happened and I saw it here. And I remember, I think there's been a couple times and you guys agreed, yeah, that came out. So, you know, it makes me happier. So be it. If something else makes you happy and you like to get excited because of a trailer, salute, by all means, you know?
We get it, Dave. We get it. We're with you, buddy.
Yes.
You don't have to be
I was kidding. I didn't actually watch the trailer.
You're the trailer king. We know that.
I watched it and I thought it looks awesome, and I'm actually looking forward.
He's
to
got a
seeing it
Netflix special coming out, The Trailer King.
Oh man.
That was a Tiger King reference, Brandon. The kid, like,
Right.
I get it. I get the reference. I didn't watch the Tiger King, but I get the reference. You're Carol Baskin me. I get it.
Man, I'm the asshole today.
Yeah.
Just today.
I don't know nothing. Well, we gotta get to these movies. I think we should take a look.
Are you gonna 4 episodes of Fango first?
We're not doing it today. No. No Fango today. We'll save it for the big show or something. You know, we do when we do it.
Episode 50. You're right. 150. My God.
It's coming up. We're gonna be catching 22 shots.
Crazy.
Yeah, we are crazy. Real soon, we're gonna be catching 22 shots. What are they? Just over 200?
Hanging out in the woods. We'll be there in no time. Yeah.
Right.
It's the summer off. Don't they take the whole summer off pretty much?
Yeah. We don't take any time off, so we're catching up.
They record without each other. We always have to be all three of us on.
Of course, otherwise it's not a show, and that's how we do it here.
Although it might be fun if we try it without Christian.
There it goes.
There it goes.
I have to get my mic stand at least once a show. And fuck you for that last comment. Just
Are we doing
Okay.
a movie or are we taking a break?
No. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go fucking take a Xanax and calm down from that trailer talk.
No, you handled it well. You were very calm. You were the picture of calm.
I just finished a.
I feel like someone needs to give Jamie a heads up, though.
forgive me, and then she goes, "For what?" I'm not even going to respond. I'm just going to let it sit there.
All is well.
All right,
We'll be right back. I wanted to read something that I just read online too. It's funny. We're back. Okay. So we were talking about CEDs, weren't we? We're trying to get CEDs, Friday Fanboys, and everything else, and we'll see what happens. You know.
How many Friday Fives do you think are out there, Becca? Because you seem very well versed in the land of CED or Spectrovision. Like, I'm actually, admittedly, I'm a fraud. I'm getting it because I'm a Friday the 13th collector, so I don't actually have a player. I would like to get a player, and I'd love to check them out, but I don't have a player.
5 is the hardest one to get. Like I said, I just happened to get mine because I am a collector and somebody recognized it. They gave it to me.
Wow.
But yeah,
nice.
But that's
nice.
the last one that was put out on
I
CD.
wish somebody would give it to me.
Gonorrhea again?
Trim your pubes and get that gonorrhea checked out, and then maybe just
shave.
maybe.
I've told them this so many times. Just shave it. Just trim it down. Look, it gives it like a 1/4 inch curve. Like, it just makes you look a little bit bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah, that's it. Visual. The visual. He never listens to me, Becca. He just doesn't listen.
No.
The guy lasered off every
listens.
fucking hair in his body, but leaves this looking like fucking like a 70s fro.
Hey, it's a pizza slice.
A pizza slice is fine. You're telling me it's not a pizza slice. You're telling me it looks like
slice,
Bozo
but
the
it's got
fucking
a
clown.
lot.
To know way
It's
too
got-
much about this and
got a lot of
care
toppings.
too much
It's got a
about
lot of
this.
toppings.
I care a lot.
Right.
I do care a lot, Becca.
Cares too much.
I like
care.
everybody's pubes nicely trimmed.
Right. I would like my friend's pubes to be trimmed down, damn it.
Yeah. I think it's
Men
just,
have
you know,
to do it.
Ruin
Men
them,
more than
motherfuckers.
women. See, the thing is, I like to feel like the way nature intended. We should just all fucking do our thing. Never cut our hair. Never cut fucking our beards. Never cut anything. Because I think that's the way we were intended to be, and we're too fucking domesticated now, and we think too much of ourselves as people. Let's get over ourselves. We're just fucking beasts. So anyway, but I'm gonna
meat
say this.
for the beast.
But I still won't watch trailers because I'm a fucking beast.
I think
I'm a gluten-free
men-
beast.
men should trim. Men should trim. I'm gonna say I tell it like it is. Men should trim because when a woman is performing oral on a man, they don't want fucking hairs in their mouth. In their fucking mouth.
My cum is gluten-free.
If we're to go down on females, hair doesn't really get in our mouth. It's never happened to me. But I know for a fact that it does happen. You know, when a woman's performing on you, if you're not trimmed correctly. Right. You don't want to do that to your partner. You don't want to do that. So that's the one. That is the one thing I'm 100% an advocate for. Men should trim. Women, it's optional.
He's an advocate for it.
Yes.
Is there a group? Is there a Facebook group?
Yeah. I'm getting off
Director of pube trimming.
On men should trim
Yeah.
just to benefit women. Yes.
Biden's appointed him as the director of the pube nation.
You know what? In a couple years, there are going to be all these people who are just going to like post, "I trim my pubes, fight me," and then Dave's going to have to like pull back on his stance.
Yeah.
'Cause he was at the forefront of the movement.
Who is that
Cute
guy
dog.
behind you,
That's a
Becca?
cute dog.
He's the cutest dog. Look at him. He looks like,
Yeah, he's
I
like-
should be in the shot.
Oh yeah.
And then he was yawning. Look
He's
at
like,
him.
he's
Yeah, you
flexing
didn't even
on
know
it.
she was there. She hasn't gotten out of bed except for I made her go outside once. She just lays in bed all day. She's like the laziest motherfucker ever. Yeah, she goes back into her cave.
Look at her. Oh my gosh, she's
She's
the
adorable.
Is
cutest.
that a Chihuahua?
No, she's a rat terrier.
Okay, I didn't get a good
Oh.
one.
She's a rat terrier
Adorable.
and she has a Friday the 13th collar.
More importantly, does she
Nice.
shave?
A muffin color? Does she shave?
Does she shave, Snicks? She's like, no, but I lick my crotch every day.
All right, so do I.
Hey, I wouldn't leave the house if I could do that.
That's why you don't have
I
to
haven't
leave
left
the
the
house
house.
for a date.
I haven't left the house and I can't do it. I've tried. Trust me, I've tried. Why am I telling?
I
What,
think every-
can we talk about a
Yeah,
movie?
everyone's right. Okay, are we gonna talk about this movies? These movies or not?
Dave, weren't you gonna read something?
I
Yeah.
was gonna read some. I'm having trouble, but hold on.
You having trouble reading?
With
Oh,
technology.
well, no, I'm having trouble.
Accessing your feeds?
It's coming right off the computer. The fucking sound. It's not coming in my AirPads any.
That's what
Fucking-
happened with me. I
can't even
had
talk.
to reset.
It happened to you too?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't hear you because it reconnected, and now we're getting the feedback. I can hear my loud voice again.
Yeah, so now I got a problem. I don't know why it just stopped. It just stopped happening all of a sudden. I stopped hearing, and I can't connect my.
Your
I blame
technology
Jamie.
doesn't want to even hear this shit.
I blame Jamie.
I'm going to turn the
headphones came
Bluetooth
from the
on.
Amityville house.
Man, oh
Turn it
man.
off, turn it on, open the preferences. I'm going to try a few things here. I don't know, everything was going fine. All of a sudden, it just stopped, and my AirPods stopped working. So I'm going to have to try again. If not, I got to go digging for the other ones.
No worries, man. You let us know. We're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Turn Bluetooth on. Okay. Hopefully it's good.
Test.
Yeah, I guess we should talk, right?
Yeah.
So it's when you're like, are these things working? And like, no one's talking. And if I forget to edit this part out, forgive me.
So be it. You guys talk without me for a few minutes then, I guess. And
Is it
while
still
I
not
figure out
working?
my... Huh?
Still not working, eh?
They don't want to work. So now I'm in a bit of a quandary. Okay. Here I am without me. I'll look for some other headphones.
No problem. Well, then we shouldn't probably jump into the movie because Dave seems to fucking love both of these movies.
I'm not putting up with it today. I'm not putting up with either one of you
it's gonna
loving
be
these
Ghost
fucking
Story.
movies.
Hey, did I ever say love?
Damn.
I never
You
once
guys
said love.
Defenders of shitty cinema.
I never said love.
I think I'm more
Ever.
angry that people are able to enjoy these films, and I can't seem to find enjoyment in films anymore. I feel like I'm hating everything lately.
Well, that is you. But you come out of it. You do come out of it every now and then.
No, I enjoy watching movies. Like, I'm not hating my experience watching these movies even when they're bad. But like for 2021, we're gonna do our top 21 at the end of the year. I've watched 126 new films from this year so far. I would say I have 10 that I would put on my list. So that means I have to watch another 125 just to get my other 10
for the average. But people are not necessarily disagreeing with you. I mean, more people I think agreed with you and your take on Spiral than they did Dave and I, who we actually enjoyed Spiral.
Spiral was
more
hot
so.
garbage. It was hot garbage.
Becca, did you see Spiral?
I did not. I don't really have a lot of desire. I'll be honest. Since Jason got off the show, like I have not been nearly as diligent about watching all the new movies, and I've been a lot happier.
I don't actually
absolutely.
watch a ton of new movies. Every now and then I challenge.
I just watch the ones that interest me, and then if there's something that's fallen through the cracks, then I'm like, oh hey, but I'm not going to be the first one to watch everything that comes on Shudder.
Oh God, Shudder, man.
Shudder's been a big disappointment so far this year.
Well, it's like they're putting everything out now. I guess what it should be, if they're a horror streaming service, they should put out as much content as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But they were kind of, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just giving my take, is that it seemed like they were trying to position themselves as we're this elite service that will only cater to, we're going to have some exclusives, some originals, and then these movies here, but not everything. Then suddenly fucking Spookies is coming out, and then suddenly Sludgehammer is coming out. Are you kidding me?
Hey!
Sorry. You love or you love direct-to-video, or fucking shot on video. Shit. Oh, fuck that, Becca. Cut her mic.
I feel like shot on video I can only enjoy if I'm watching with other people. I wouldn't sit down and watch shot on video by myself.
It's a huge nostalgia thing. I mean, it's a huge nostalgia thing for me.
Okay, I get that. I get it. You're a Spookies fan too?
Huh?
Are you a Spookies fan too?
The Spookies is all right. I think for putting two movies together, I always thought the Spookies was okay. I don't know. I like a good fart joke too. I don't have a lot of. I don't know.
A good fart joke, yes.
I don't know.
Well,
my sensibilities are a certain way, I guess.
Well, no, but I guess you're the fan that I was going to talk to. All of a sudden, all these people are coming out of the woodwork when we're talking about Texas Chainsaw 4. Oh, I love that one. Oh, I've got a soft spot for this one. Oh, wow, I really... And I'm like, what?
It got the collector's edition from Scream Factory. I feel like once something gets released, everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Oh, I love that film. I had trouble staying in the theater watching that, and I had trouble staying in front of the TV watching it. But I want to ask Becca, because I'm not an SOV person, like, give me five shot on video. I'm an SOB. Yeah, give me 5 SOV films. Like,
okay, so
like a starter pack.
Okay, Truth or Dare, Critical Madness, Video Violence.
Video Violence I've seen. I actually enjoyed the both Video Violence.
Truth or Dare is great. I like Truth or Dare.
I've never seen Truth or Dare.
The Video Dead is a good one.
Chocolate.
The Video Dead is shot on video?
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate. It's the
one I'm wearing right now, Cannibal Camp Out. That's a pretty good one. And let's see, I'm trying to be well-rounded here.
Try to be.
I'm not going to be well-rounded here.
Don't say Boarding House.
No, not Boarding House. God, no, not Boarding House.
Not Blood Cult. Everybody talks about Blood Cult.
No, Wood Chipper Massacre, which is it's much more of a comedy than an actual horror movie. It's not as, it's not as crazy as it sounds, but it's actually pretty, it's funny. It's cute.
I will check that one out. What was that piece of fucking garbage I watched when we did one of the shows? Was it not Spiral? Oh, I'm going to have to find... Spine. Was it that one? Spine.
Spine. Absolutely. Oh my God. Spine is so bad.
It's like they have absolutely no care for the way the movie looks, for the pace, for the editing. Why should I care? And again,
there is one thing that I will say that you have to get around when you're watching shot on video, and that is that these people made these things with a VHS camcorder. They probably rented a cable access studio for 2 hours to edit the damn thing and have to edit it. You've seen, it's not like film. It's not frame by frame. You've seen what VHS tape looks like. They can't be as picky about editing. And that is one of the things that you have to kind of get past if you want to watch them.
Well, this looks like it's in-camera editing. Hey, could we didn't even bring it up because we really didn't you did the introduction for yourself, and I think Dave had something lined up, but you've directed 2 movies now?
I have directed one.
Sorry.
And I am working on my second one. So.
Okay.
I'm only off by 1.
Yeah. Well, no, because maybe that was what it was.
I'm in pre-production for my second.
I think that might be why I thought there was 2. But congratulations. That's awesome. I'm in awe of that, and I think that's fantastic. So that's great.
Is the second one a sequel to Bat Pussy?
No.
Batter Pussy.
You know what? It's really hard because the rights are all tied up because, no one knows whose estate it belongs to. And but I've got a hippity hop in my garage. I'm ready.
Perfect. Double the bouncing. Oh, you're backing up in action.
Well, I'm back, but without anything. I couldn't find anything to plug in. I didn't prepare for a backup. I tried my wife's. They don't work, so I'm either going to...
Why is Lucky white now?
Huh?
Why is Lucky white all of a sudden?
That's Sky. That's the guest cat.
Oh, guest cat. Okay.
/ permanent cat, probably. He's been here so long, but he's a great cat, so he's cool. But anyway...
This cat's one cool cat.
He is a cool cat. All my cats are cool, actually. Yeah. If I go this way, is it bad, see? If I lower
as of right now, no. I could hear my voice a little bit in the background, but that's fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I lowered it.
We hear your voice all the time. How do you think we feel?
I could lower it a little more. I can still make out what you guys are saying doing it this way.
Well, why don't we jump in then? We're talking about Becca and her one film that she directed and the one that's in pre-production. We didn't really go into detail about it, but that's what we left off right when you came back in. So, do you want to plug it now or do you want to wait till the end, Becca? Because you could do it both if you want. You could plug it twice.
Plug it twice.
Hey now, DP.
Right. I haven't been told that in quite a while. No, my first movie is called The Embalmers. It is out on DVD and Blu-ray. I'm self-distributing that one, so it was very low budget, probably about $15,000. It's probably a little bit more, but a lot of it came out of my pocket, so I don't like to even think about that. Yeah. Super low budget. But it just came out of, I just hang out with a lot of low budget independent filmmakers. I do a lot, with podcasting, and I write for Pop Horror. I interview a lot of people, do a lot of film festivals like pre-COVID. And I eventually was like, you know what, I could do this. And so I did. So
Awesome.
because that's just the kind of person I am. So it's not like the greatest thing in the world, but I did. I wrote it along with my sister Diane Fraker and Rob Mello from Happy Death Day, and I directed it, I edited it, distributed it, whatever. So I kind of did a little bit of everything on it. So I feel like, okay, I'm ready to do it again. So I'm working on pre-production for a slasher called Tin Roof. It's a camp slasher.
Yes.
So that
Cool.
because the story of the Embalmers was not really my story to tell. And then as soon as we were done, Rob was like, what's next? And I'm like, wait a minute. If I'm going to direct a goddamn movie, it's going to be a goddamn camp slasher, motherfuckers.
Nice.
And so that's kind of how it
Awesome.
all happened. So if anyone should be, creating a camp slasher, it would be me.
Cool. Well,
Absolutely.
that is awesome, and we love hearing that because yeah, I always say, and again, I don't want to like, if you're thinking about going to school for film, and that's the reason you're going to school, I would say the money is better spent making a movie and doing it yourself. That is my thought process from somebody that did go to film school. Now, if you're going for an education, then I won't say anything, and then go for the education component, meet people, and then go from there. But if your end goal is just to learn how to make a movie, just fucking take the money and make a movie. Learn by doing and surrounding yourself maybe with some people that know, that are willing to share some of their secrets, because that money is probably better spent going that route.
Right. And I'm in Indiana, so there admittedly is not a huge film scene here. We don't have tax credits. All the surrounding states do. So no SAG projects ever come here to shoot or
Well, you
anything.
can't say SAG on here anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't say SAG, Placid, or
Yeah.
Spigot.
Yeah.
But like we've developed, not just me, but like we've developed this pretty big community of independent filmmakers and actors and crew people and everything here in Indiana, like over the last couple of years. That's pretty cool. And, I've never been shooting for the stars. I never make more than $100 a day on anything that I've ever done. I'm not in it for the money. It's a hobby. So yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, if you're in it just to make movies, and you know the shit that I like, so I'm not in it to make
Two girls, one cop.
Hollywood blockbuster. Yeah, that my favorite, man. That was all of the masterpieces of cinema.
I got the cup from the actual film.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Went cheap on
We
eBay.
should
Mm.
maybe we
good,
should
yeah.
get Becca. Maybe we should get Becca involved in our movie somehow, since she's very knowledgeable about
I'm
this
more
stuff.
than willing. I now have wisdom to impart.
I need actors,
Oh.
because Brandon won't fucking act in it. He's
I'm
like,
not
he
an
wants to be.
actor.
He wants to be a co-executive associate
easy.
producer.
No, I want to produce it.
I'm all for that.
I will help write it, and I will help produce it onst we have an idea. We can't make, like you said, we can't make our
The
fucking clip
hodgepodge?
film. That's,
Yeah.
We can't make that. That's a $500,000 budget at least.
I'm telling you, it'll be harder. It
Slasher.
sounds great. It sounds great in theory, but then when you actually get down to doing it, you need way more actors. You need way more. It will take a lot more. You need to just settle in a location with a handful of actors with the idea that you want to do it, and do it that way. That's the way to do
I think we
something
should
small.
do a camp slasher, maybe
Called Tin Roof.
tin roof, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Great.
Cat on a hot tin roof, and we'll get lucky
Yeah.
to be the cat on the hot tin
Fiddler on the tin
Right.
roof.
I hear he works for free.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. He's happy. Yep.
The Boston
That's awesome.
Fiddler on the tin roof. That's what we'll call ours.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about movies.
Okay, one last thing, because we were talking about.
Sorry.
Well, because I said
Or
this
your
before,
turn.
I wanted to
Yeah.
read something. Because when we
I
took our
forgot.
break, I went and I read something, and it had to do with Halloween. And it was so funny, because this guy here I'm not going to say his name. He's a really cool cat. I've never heard him say anything negative. I've never heard him have a complaint about something. And I go onto the Skeleton Crew page, and I get a notification, and this is what he says. I'm going to read his. This is funny. He says, "Hey, everyone. Is it true Anthony Michael Hall is playing Tommy Doyle on Halloween Kills? I don't even have to see it to know he is going to suck compared to Brian Andrews." Now,
What?
two things. number
What
one,
does that even mean?
how does he not know? He's in groups and stuff. How does he not know about the Anthony Michael Hall thing? Even I know, and I don't read things, and I just see headers come up. Anthony Michael, I've known this for a long time, right? So he doesn't know. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that surprises me that people don't know. But it's okay. But why would, what's his name? Why would Brian Andrews be a better actor than an actual actor like Anthony Michael Hall? What am I?
That's why it makes no sense whatsoever. Anthony
And
Michael Hall has had a
how
career.
do you know without seeing
Yeah, he knows he's going to be horrible in it.
Prescott in there?
Right? It's crazy. And then somebody responded, and I had to look it up because I'm like, here I am talking about how do they not know. If I didn't know this, I'd be shocked because she's my favorite actress. This guy says, yeah, he's Tommy Doyle, and Juliette Lewis is Lindsay Wallace. And I was like, what?
But she's
so
not.
I went and looked.
Yeah.
No, but she's not. I think he was trying to make a joke because they're both kids from vacation movies, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
He was in one and she was in Christmas. I don't know. But I was like, Juliette Lewis, are you fucking shitting me? Because sadly, it's not going to be her. But I mean, Lindsay Wallace, isn't it being played by the original?
I had thought it was going to be.
No,
played
Jerry
by the
Lewis is playing Michael.
Oh,
She's reprising her role, isn't it? Lindsay Wallace, the girl
that's
from.
what I had thought, but
It is.
So
That's
so
awesome.
it's probably true.
You know what, though? I just know she's going to suck compared to how she was when she was a kid.
right.
Isn't she on a Housewives show?
Desperate
Wasn't she?
Housewives.
Somebody told me this before
The
years
real
ago.
the real desperate housewives of Indiana.
Of Haddonfield.
Sorry, Becca.
There's just been no excitement around here since since Michael left.
There should be a horror housewives show, like people that are married to like famous horror, or maybe not
Great.
even famous horror.
Sherry
A
Moon
Shudder
will play all
exclusive.
5 parts. Sherry Moon plays all the parts.
Shut up.
No, like Bill Mosley's wife could be in it, and fucking just genre actors. Lance Henriksen's wife or something. Just pick like 5 of them.
This sounds like the absolute worst idea I've ever heard of. I'd rather watch the show.
We have
I'd
5
rather
women
watch-
who have never met each other.
Yeah.
I'd rather
who are
watch
just gonna
Boarding
hang
House.
out and be like, "Hey, what's up? What's up?"
This sounds like a Shudder exclusive.
Yeah, throw
Yeah.
it out. It's like a real world. It's like a real world meets Desperate Housewives horror edition. You don't think horror fans would watch that if you knew fucking people?
Fans would.
That's what I'm saying. I'm only caring about horror fans. For us, maybe like Sigourney Weaver's husband could be in there, or just like random fucking people.
I
That'd
thought
be
it's
great.
Housewives. Now it's House Husbands?
It could be.
Well,
The women can work. That's what I never understood about that. I'm like, how are they all housewives? Does none of them have a job?
Yeah.
Like none of these women have a career of their own.
Good on them. I wish I were them. The fuck? If it's my life. I don't gotta.
He wants to be
I could sit
Sigourney Weaver's
around and worry
husband.
about my nails all day, and that's it. Maybe I'd be a little
That's the
happier.
That's the fucking of course. Why wouldn't you be? All you gotta do is.
I want to see Mrs. Mosley bitch slap Mrs. Hendrickson. And then be like, lick my plate, you dog, bitch.
I forgot to say that on the TCM2 show, that I used to actually say that to my dogs, because occasionally Pepito will come and literally lick my plate while I was eating. And then I was just, my plate, you dog dick. I would.
Or
That's funny.
Pepita. All I picture is Pepita on the ceiling, like in Ghost Dimension or Marked Ones?
On the
Mark
ceiling. Yeah,
Mark
spinning.
Ones. Or
Awesome.
Pepita on the ceiling.
We
That's
should
such
put
a
that in a movie. Put
That's such a
Pepito-
cruel scene. That's such a cruel scene. My voice is cracking. That's how cruel that scene is.
Too bad we can't do a clip show, honestly, because Pepita's spinning on the ceiling, and we could play Lionel Richie or a
Yeah.
cover of it.
Right.
Pepita on the ceiling. Oh yeah. The
Okay,
idea is
Chris,
Okay.
you got any posts from Jamie you want to share to anger Dave before we move on?
I'm not the slightest bit angry. You've never seen me angry, my friend. I'll tell you that.
No,
right
we
now.
have. I think we have. Yeah.
All
Deodorant.
right. We ready for Amityville?
Yeah. Yes.
We want to talk about shitty movies? Weren't you guys saying something about shitty movies? Let's. Becca likes shitty movies, so I think
I
maybe
love
she'll
shitty movies.
see. Maybe she'll
I
love
have
both.
a feeling that I am going to have a much sunshinier attitude about these two films than any of you.
Well, good. Maybe you can change my mind.
Yeah, I don't play that game, motherfucker. I got my own opinion. You got your own opinion. I'm not ready to go to bat for either of these films, just to be clear. But I didn't have a problem with either of them.
Interesting.
Which one are we starting with? The
Which is the
Amityville?
worst one?
Amityville, The Evil Escapes.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, wait, you want to start with the worst one?
Wouldn't you rather get the worst one out of the way and finish with a high note? There's been enough complaining in this.
There's no high notes here. It's which. It's 2 cups, 1 girl.
I have a high note. I have a high note by.
What does that mean? 2 cups, 1 girl.
Right. I still think that would be pretty entertaining, and I think
It's
it
2
still
cups of shit. It doesn't matter. So it's 2 cups full of shit and vomit.
That should have been
and
a
puke.
sequel. 2
On a
cups,
scale.
1 girl.
On a scale, she's gonna match it up completely.
Yeah.
Dave, you pick. You pick. Which one?
Yes,
which
when
one?
I was eating meat, here's my vegan diet one. Let's see which one is healthier.
Let's have Becca. Becca, you're the guest. You choose. Which one are we starting with today?
Okay, well, I watched Amityville first, so.
Amityville it is.
Texas Chainsaw it is. I'm sorry.
All right.
Them's
Okay,
the jokes.
so Amityville: The Evil Escapes. Written and directed by Sanders Stern. The demonic forces in the Amityville house transfer to an ancient lamp, which finds its way to a remote California mansion where the evil manipulates a little girl by manifesting itself in the form of her dead father. God, that's a mouthful.
An ancient lamp? Like, not ancient enough to...
Before electricity lamp. Yeah.
Right? It's clearly an electric lamp.
I read whatever IMDb says. There's no such thing as an ancient lamp.
Like,
But
ancient?
Unless it's like one of those, the ones where the genie comes out of.
Maybe
Well,
maybe they took the top of it off. Maybe they like retrofitted it. It used to be just like a torch thing, you know?
Either
To a jet here.
Any way you look at it, it's the ugliest piece of shit known to man. The
It looks
ugliest
okay.
lamp
it
known to man.
reminds me of Jack Skellington.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or a
Right?
scarecrow. Yes. Yep.
I said I would buy it, but I would put googly eyes and draw a mouth on it. You know, like, woo!
Well, you didn't need to because the demon's face popped up in it every now and then.
And that's okay.
Why? Listen, the opening of this showed promise. At least the fucking house was in it at the beginning. I don't know how it reconstructed itself. It's almost like they ignored part 3,
Wow.
and it was a direct continuation of part 1.
Oh, wow. You're really having trouble noticing that a franchise is ignoring other films?
Wow.
That
Yeah.
I didn't
preceded
say
it, really?
I didn't say I had a problem with it. I just said obviously it's a follow up to the first, not the third.
Yeah, obviously.
Every sequel of this should have
I
been
disagree.
a yard sale thing. Then it's just another thing got
Okay.
pulled from the yard sale.
I
and went.
disagree.
Dude,
I disagree
okay.
with one thing.
First of all, Midwestern white trash girl is going to weigh in here. First of all, you don't buy a lamp for $100 at a goddamn yard sale. And number 2, you do not keep a ledger of who bought your ugly ass lamp at a
Yeah.
yard sale. Sorry.
Well, that's
really
way more
awesome.
problematic than mine.
Well,
Yeah.
wait a minute. What about for tax purposes? If you have a yard sale, is there a way you can put
No,
the tax?
yard sales are supposed to be outside of that. It's not an estate sale or an auction or whatever. It was just a goddamn yard sale.
Yeah.
You
A
don't keep
handwritten
records of
sign.
that shit.
But
Yard
who put
sale.
on the yard sale? Who were the people that put on the yard sale?
Ah, that's true. Wasn't it like it was like the real estate agent?
So then I
maybe-
think they would have to.
All right.
Yeah. In
All
that
right.
case,
I can get
anything
past
will
it, but I'm just
price.
saying bullshit. Call them
I
bullshit.
can get behind it. 9.5
fair.
out of 10.
That was not my
fair.
biggest problem with the movie. It was just the beginning. I'm like, what? Because he says, well, you have a
the best
spending
part.
record, correct? And he's like, well, of course I do. Like,
yeah.
No, I just mean the priest going in and like excising the house and whatever, the slamming doors, the flies, the callbacks. At least there was a connection that felt like it, because I'm
It's
pretty
enough
sure
with
as
the
we go
flies.
on.
It's enough with the damn flies.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure as we go on. Well, trust me, I know, because I watched the wrong movie initially. I watched It's About Time by accident,
Oh.
thinking that's the one we were doing.
Oh, boy.
So I've already watched, and it's going to get
movies
further
ahead.
away from the house. So anyway, that's it. But can we just talk about the fact that Skip Skulnick edited this one? What else did he edit? Come on.
Skip
Man.
Schooner, you said?
Skip Skulnick edited a movie that is well known and is a director of a slasher that is fairly well known amongst us.
Hold on.
You can't forget
Edited.
a name like that. That's a fucking name and a half.
He edited Alien. I don't know. He edited Alien.
He edited Halloween 2.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean? Ugh, this fucking guy.
Halloween fanboy over here. We've had enough of you today.
And he directed Hide and Go Shriek.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
like
Hide
that
and Go
one.
Shriek. I
I
can get
like
behind
that
that.
one.
good
Fuck
stuff.
Halloween.
I
Fun.
can get behind. And
They're
the guy
both
that directed
my top
this,
50 slashers.
the guy that
Both of
directed
my
this wrote and directed
There you go.
Pin.
Then you didn't know you were a Skip Skulnick fan.
I'm
Yeah.
a huge Skip Skolnick fan.
Yeah. Gonna start the fan club.
Ask me,
name
what
is
he,
President.
ask me what he edited tomorrow. I won't be able to tell you.
How can you
Wait a
forget that
minute.
name pops up in the credits? How can you not? Like, it's
I'm
Skip
sorry.
Skulnick.
I was checked out of this movie before the credits even came on.
That's your problem. I was never checked out until like the final act. Much like Amityville 3D, I enjoyed my ride until the third act, and then I was like, rushed. You know, same type of shit.
Oh, I get annoyed. They recycle the same things. The priests come in, like it's cool. They're exercising the house. That's cool. There's this group of them. It makes sense.
They're
But
exercising
flies-
the house.
Exercising, yeah.
Getting on the
Exercising
Stairmaster.
flies?
It is exercising.
Yes.
Exercising flies?
I thought that was.
It is, they're exercising.
In the house.
Yeah.
I got you, Brandon. I know what you're saying.
It's the right
Performing
way of saying it.
exorcism.
I understand. I just pictured in my head little flies.
Flies, like lifting weights,
Yes, exercising.
sweatbands on their heads,
Yeah, it's amazing. Like a police.
leg warmers.
Man, I wish I saw this movie. Don't tell me this movie is better when you drop acid.
Yeah.
I definitely would be, but I had fun even without the acid.
But why is
You
it,
have fun
okay,
with this? This movie's a bore.
This movie's
It's
an incredible
boring.
bore. But
Huh,
why is it every time somebody hits a wall in a movie, like the lamp shoots the guy back, he hits the wall, and then he's on life support for the next hour of the movie? Why is it whenever somebody bangs up against the wall in a horror movie, they're on life support?
I'm pretty sure that drywall, like bones trump drywall, you know?
He would have a headache. Maybe need a little ice pack. He should have been sitting on the front stoop with an ice pack. No, the guy's on life support with oxygen going into him.
And they didn't even need him on life support, though, because it's not like he was the best detective priest ever. It took him forever to make connection with the family once he even knew where the lamp went. They could have had him wake up 2 days later, and still it'd take him to the length of the movie to figure out where the damn lamp went.
Oh, he
Detective.
tried. He
Priest
tried. The
detective.
telegram got lost. He was
He
trying.
did
the whole
try,
fucking-
yes.
He tried
Yeah,
to
the
call
telegram.
him.
He did a telegram.
everything
This
he
is
could.
1989, motherfuckers. Reach out and touch someone. We have
He
things
tried.
on the phone.
That's
He
stupid.
tried. Don't you remember? They
that's
brought
stupid
back
stuff.
part one.
Don't
They
you
brought
remember?
back part one. You guys are that must. I don't know what. The
Yeah, they
fuck-
brought back part one where he couldn't get through on the phone and the house was
So he
preventing
tried.
him.
How could you say he didn't try to fucking contact them right away? He tried calling, then he sent a telegram. Neither worked, so he finally had to go all the way there and do it. He tried harder than most people would in 1989.
I would have rather he got there sooner because I don't know how much more of Patty Duke and her mother fighting. And her mother, I mean, Grandma was a bitch, Alice. But the one thing she was right about, though, when she makes a comment about all the kids at the beginning, the one thing she was right about was Brian. That was one stupid fucking haircut that kid had.
Oh my god.
That was the
my
kid from
God,
the
that
horror
was
show. He was
Yeah.
the kid in the horror show, too. He died just a couple years ago, actually, like at age 50, man.
no,
Like,
I
yeah,
think terrible.
Okay.
yeah. But it was a stupid
died
haircut.
last year? You know who just died last year? The priest, the older priest.
Oh, wow.
Really?
You know how old he was? He just died last year. 106.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good on
That
him.
holy water did him
Yeah.
a lot of good.
I'm telling you, this movie, I would have rather them stayed with the women that bought the lamp at the yard
They
sale.
were kind of delightful.
They were there's more dynamic there. It was fun. It was almost like the Golden Girls meets Amityville. It would have been, oh, Blanche, look what I got. And then she comes in with the lamp or something like that. That would have been fantastic. But they,
Oh, Blanche, look, I was pleasuring myself with my nasty finger.
Rose, Rose.
I like how that finger is just like, it's like, oh, it's just whatever, and it's just like, oh, I'm old, it's okay, and it's like, it looks like it's rotting off.
Right.
It's horrible.
We
It
get
was so
old,
nasty
our
looking.
body
Yeah.
don't matter.
But no, they were way more dynamic than where the movie went. Sorry, Becca, but it's crazy.
Oh, I was going to say, one thing to mention about this is 1989, but this was also a made-for-TV movie.
Yes.
And that I
it.
didn't realize, like, I didn't know if I'd seen this or not, quite honestly. I, for a long time, avoided made-for-TV movies. That was the shit that I could watch when I was a kid, you know? But then recently I found some that were really good. Great example, Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Great.
Didn't watch that because it was made for TV. It is a fantastic film, not just a good made for TV film. I felt like this was a pretty good made for TV film. If you put it into that context, if you were the kind of person who watched the NBC Sunday night movie and all that shit, this was pretty decent. Somebody, you know, they've got a little gimmick. They got the rights to Amityville. You know, they throw some shit in. They have to be pretty sanitized. Can't have a lot of gore or anything like that. Patty Duke is obviously their draw. You know, I mean, as far as the made for TV, I guess maybe I gave it a little bit of a free pass because of that. Maybe I shouldn't have.
The other thing. No, that's okay. But I thought, oh, wow, this feels like a really bad made for TV movie. In fact, it feels like a bad episode of like Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark or something like that, where that is actually scary. And there's nothing that is entertaining me here or scaring me at all. I'm just laughing at it, but laughing at it would not enough like the chainsaw scene when the chainsaw revs up.
My God.
Hey, there's more massacre in this than in Texas Chainsaw 4 by a chainsaw.
Yeah, and at least Brian wasn't wearing pearls.
Yeah.
But the stunt double that they use, it's so blatantly another actor. It is so funny to watch. Like I was laughing. They didn't even try to match him. It's like a 50-year-old man in a blonde wig holding a chainsaw going like this, and then they cut back to his face going, and then the 50-year-old man going, and it's so ridiculous. I got a little bit of unintentional humor there because I think they were going for scares. I don't think they're going for humor.
That was hilarious because then the grandmother, she falls face first on the stairs and starts sliding down the stairs face first, and I'm like, this is the funniest shit ever.
But I think they're going for scares. I don't think they're going for comedy.
A good scare.
Oh my God, I got so much to say. Holy fuck. First of all, that scene, I didn't notice that they cut away and that there was a 50-year-old man there or whatever. I didn't pick up on that at all.
I'm exaggerating to make my point funnier.
I get you. I know. I'm just saying. I know. I didn't notice that it was a stand-in is what I'm saying. It didn't even occur to me. I just took it as any other movie. So I'm watching this, and that fucking scene, I laughed so hard. Not as hard as another scene, which I'll get into, but I laughed so right before I watched Amityville 4. I was killing some time, and I watched Beavis and Butthead, and I was fucking cracking up watching Beavis and Butthead. I got to tell you, the laughs just kept coming when I watched this movie. I had such a fucking time yesterday between Beavis and Butthead at the beginning to when this one came on. The other scene more than this, but I had to call Frankie downstairs and said, "You got to see this. You got to see." As soon as it happened. I'm dying because, number one, just drop it. Just drop the fucking chainsaw. Not turn it off. Open your hands and drop the fucking chainsaw. Right?
I don't think you could. I think that was the whole point.
I'm dying laughing at this, and then he's doing this, and he fucking cuts potatoes of all things.
Yeah. I was like, no, not Grandma's pickled pig's feet. Damn.
Amazing. And then the funniest part was when Amanda came down and literally, because I have the subtitles on, what she says is...
It's in English.
She says... It is in English. So... she comes down the stairs, and all this stuff's going on, and she says, "Tell me what's wrong with you," she said.
I accepted the role in this movie.
Grandma, I'm sick of your ceramics, and I'm sick of your taters. That's what's
if that happened, Grandma's kicking them out of the house the next scene. But nope, they stay. They stay.
$100 worth of, like, unpainted ceramics that she was just going to spend all winter working on, man.
And it's a funny scene, but I'm laughing at the movie, not with it. I'm laughing
that
right at it.
That was the lucky one.
That's what works. There you go.
He fucking Gordoned himself. He's like, I'm going in the fucking toaster.
That's the fucking best scene I've seen in fucking years. I'm watching the movie, And first I see this bird, and something happens in the beginning, and I'm thinking, oh boy, I hope this fucking bird explodes like Nightmare 2. Little did I know that fucking they were gonna fucking trump that. They added onto that situation when he opens the fucking thing and the door is open, and then the kid comes by and pulls the toaster oven open, and there's a fucking dead bird. I laughed. Wow. I was sweating. I laughed for fucking 5 straight minutes. I called down Francesca again to see that, and I fucking died again. I have never that is
I laughed
so
at the
bad
reactions.
Shit on the next level. It fucking destroyed me. I could not stop fucking laughing at the reactions, at him seeing the bird. Just seeing the bird is already comedy. But then the kid goes, "Oh, mom."
Yeah.
I thought he said, "Oh, wow." I had to rewind. I go, "Did he say, oh, wow?"
Yeah, he bennied it.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Oh, my God. I laughed so hard during that scene. I laughed harder than fucking than Beavis and Butthead made me laugh. And I was dying watching that show. That scene alone is well worth watching this movie for. And the chainsaw scene is pretty fucking good, too. Oh, my gosh.
I'm with Christian on this.
This is the kind of movie that I enjoy on a regular level because I like the narrative and I was not bored for a minute. I enjoyed what was going on here. And then you throw in those 2 unintentional scenes and it becomes so bad it's good. It's one of these rare fucking birds, no pun intended, of a movie that I can enjoy on 2 different levels. And it doesn't happen much, but when it happens, oh boy, I fucking dig it.
Talk about unintentional comedy. How about when the kid gets his hand stuck in the garbage disposal,
yes.
And then later on the plumber's there and the whole hand comes out.
Yeah.
It's
like, what the hell?
And like Nickelodeon goo.
Yeah, it comes out in the black. It's a full hand. It still has his school ring on it.
Yes.
It's
just a hand.
Absolutely stupid.
The connection.
It's just a big rubber hand.
How did you not make the connection?
I don't know. I just thought, wow, a hand, that's fucking cool. You know, I just didn't even.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even make it. Because you know what I was thinking? I was thinking of Amityville 2 when that arm came out of the brick wall and it was just fucking doing that thing downstairs when the guy looked down in there in the basement. Holy fuck. It was his hand.
Yeah.
I didn't even make the connection. Wow. That's
they
cool.
even sang, "This hand is your hand."
Just have one blade, sever, no blood. Yeah. Although I did read that the director said that the gorier stuff, he does not remember being shot, and he thinks that they shot a couple things to add in for the video release to make it a little edgier. So that could have been one of the things.
That's cool, man. I liked it. I liked that scene.
Wow.
And to me, the only jump the shark moment, there was a jump the shark moment, and to me, it was the van driving, the van driving away by itself. It's a little too much.
The cat with the red eyes at the very end was
probably.
Fuck Pepper. Fuck Pepper. That was fucking ridiculous. That fucking cat.
It was funny though.
No, the other line. This line I wrote down. Oh, sorry, Becky. You say it, and then I'll tell you my dumb line.
Oh no, it was like the dumbest fucking thing you ever would have seen on the worst fucking TV show ever made. Like, I mean, it was like. I know it's 1989, but man, I'm pretty sure that effects an NBC movie should have had a little bit better effect than that.
Oh, that's the Toyota freeze frame.
The fly.
Oh, fuck.
I would have preferred the purple fly from Amityville 3.
It's about the same to me.
Than Pepper Eyes over here. Look like Pepper got pepper sprayed.
But I can laugh at that one. The fly isn't funny. I didn't laugh at that purple fly. But I laughed at the fucking. At least I got enjoyment out of the fucking red-eyed cat and the way the movie ended.
The red-eyed cat.
Hey, fuck. Cats with glaucoma is no laughing matter.
The cat looked like he just wanted to get the fuck out of the movie. The cat did not look like he wanted to be there. He looked like he just wanted to run off set.
Oh, that cat!
Dave, I wasn't super into the story, but I mean, just the whole thing. Like, the dad died, the mom's got to take her kids to go live with grandma. Da 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 da, you know, and like the one little girl seeing dad, and you know, and the teenage girl has a bedroom so 80s that it hurts me. That was my exact quote. Like, I mean, that whole thing, I actually was pretty invested in that whole situation.
I kind of like the daughter, even though she just kind of walked around with.
She just kind of like walked around.
Dr. Giggles.
Tits popped out. She just kind of walked around with her
what a
tits
fucking doll.
No,
She's
she
Dr.
is,
Giggles.
Zoe Trilling in the fucking 80s and in the 90s, I should say,
She's
was
disappeared.
the fucking it girl. Dude, I know she was. You know why? She was a dancer before she got into acting, and then she got out of acting and went back just to
Get
fucking
roles
dancing.
like fucking this. I don't blame her. I'll go tap dance my way out.
Yeah, dance your way right off a set.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen her in? Oh, dude, she's so hot in Night of the Demons 2. Oh my lord.
Oh, I agree.
She was great. She has a lot of fans. She was in Night Terror, Dr. Giggles, fucking The Borrower. She was in fucking a good handful of movies in the 90s. And she's one of these people
come out to play. Hey, sorry.
that...
Bad joke.
No, so pretty. I mean, in this movie, she's just pretty. I think she's still young. I think she's probably like, whatever. I don't know how old she is. So I don't want to say...
8 or 9, I would say, in this.
What? 8 or 9? Zoe,
like,
the older sister.
like
Oh, the older one.
She's like 21.
Yeah, I'm talking about her.
Yeah. 21. The
Yeah.
younger sister wasn't walking around with her tits hanging out.
No, the older sister
I'm saying
was
she's
like
so
maybe
hot.
supposed to be like 15 or something.
Yeah,
I mean, I
but
don't know
she
how
was in her
old she
20s.
was in real life. We all know that's...
She's supposed to be
Nobody
she's
knows.
supposed to be a junior in high school, so she'd be 16 or 17.
But the actress, how old is the
Wait, you
actress?
paid enough
21,
attention to know what
22.
her grade in high school was? Jesus.
She said she's a junior because she's talking to the kid before he cuts his whole hand off. He says he's a junior.
I did
What's there to do in this
mention in my
town?
notes how the garbage disposal was a cock block.
Yeah, well, she's
But-
like, what's there to do in this town? He's like, bowling.
Yeah.
Oh, I like bowling.
She goes, bowling's okay.
Yeah,
just-
bowling's okay.
Yeah, she just wanted to hook up. She's the only guy that
Yeah,
she knew.
she's like, but I have better ideas. Oh, fuck your arm! You know?
Cock block. Yeah,
They
you're
stopped
right.
the bleeding.
Yeah.
They stopped the bleeding at the hospital. They didn't ask anyone to go into the pipes and get the whole fucking hand out, so then maybe they could reattach it. No, just leave the fucking pipe in. Just leave the whole hand in the pipe.
Oh man. There was this line, and it's arguable because I know what the retort is going to be, but there's a line, we shouldn't use any more electronic devices. Phone rings. She picks it up immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I said that too. I'm like, then why are all the lights on?
Yeah.
You
We
know,
sh-
like why is everything plugged in?
yeah. I'm like, and I know a phone is not maybe directly plugged into a wall, again, because it was a rotary, but a rotary has electronic components inside it.
Right.
It's just,
Well, like I
it
said,
was,
if that was the case, you would go and just flip the main breaker, right?
Yeah.
Like electricity is the source. Okay. Done.
God.
True.
movie over. Oh, it was
I like
it,
the story, man.
I dug
like
the
the story.
story. I dug the story.
I do.
well,
I like
okay,
everything
wait.
that went down.
I like the
wasn't boring at
spine idea of the story. I do not like any of the way it progressed, which was at a fucking. I told you guys. I'm looking at the time. I
That's
pause it
crazy.
to look at the time. I thought more time was there, but every time I
Wow.
pause it, I'm like, wait, I thought I watched some of this. It felt like I was
This is
getting
the
longer.
this is the
to
longest
end.
90-minute movie there is.
Oh.
I agree.
For me, man.
The concept
Not
is
at all.
fine. The concept is fine to actually possess an object and take it out of the Amityville house and
Yeah,
make
it's cool.
like this. And the mansion is
Why
cool.
not?
Like the grandmother makes a comment like, "We're not made of money." Like, are you fucking kidding me? You have this gorgeous like mansion here, like
That doesn't
right
mean
on
shit.
right on the.
I gotta-
no, she's got
gotta
fucking
pay
money.
taxes.
All you have
dude.
to do is pay taxes. That's
She's
it.
got
And if
money.
your house
She's got
is paid
money.
for- no, it doesn't mean shit. Never judge somebody by the size of their house or the fucking make of their car.
Or
Anybody
cock.
can have
This
all.
bitch has a live-in maid. This bitch has money. She makes a
No,
comment.
no,
and
she
everything,
was the neighbor. She was the neighbor.
Peggy.
Yeah, I
Peggy
thought
was
Peggy
okay.
was the neighbor who was just coming over to help.
No,
Dorothy.
I
I didn't think she was
the maid.
really the maid.
I think she was
Well,
Alice. It's funny that Alice was the grandmother and Peggy was Peggy because I kept calling Peggy Alice because I kept thinking of Brady Bunch. But I don't know. I just couldn't get on board. They didn't make anything scary. There was nothing scary in the house because they
there's
put that
nothing
lamp in the
scary
attic and nothing
in the
scary
house.
happens. The biggest threat was when Amanda got knocked out by her window. Like, oh my God, don't open the windows.
Yeah.
It might fall and
Oh,
clunk.
that's
her
the
head.
part. That's the part what I noticed a stand-in. When the thing hit her head and the way the hair looked, it was bad. It wasn't as bad as Nightmare 4 bad, but this is a movie with fucking not even close to the budget or respect Nightmare 4 would have got.
Oh, you're talking about when she's doing the nunchucks?
Nunchuck.
It's like a guy in a bad wig. What's coming over me? I don't care about that because Dremorama's playing in the background. I'm sorry, Dave. But that's why Nightmare 4 works, but I get it. It's bad. It's still bad. There's a lot of stand-ins here.
It happens. Low budget. What are you gonna do? But I was not bored. That's the difference between me and you guys, I guess. And
wow.
I just enjoyed the ride. I was fine.
I wasn't bored. And in fact, my kid who does not watch movies beginning to end with me very often watched the whole thing. I mean, granted, we riffed on the whole thing, but we were engaged and we watched it. And
I wasn't bored. Dude, I was watching fucking Texas Chainsaw 3 last time, and I said I'm bored. All that walking around shit and the fuck.
Holy shit.
At least there's things happening here. Every 5 minutes, there's something in this story where there's a plot device, something happens that matters, that if you take that 5 minutes out, you're not going to know what's happening in the movie.
Brian's wearing his sister's shirt for some reason. Where's my T-shirt? Why do you have my shirt? Yeah, it's like, what? Like, this is...
Holy fuck.
Let's show Brian come out as a cross-dressing Leatherface then. Just like...
that would have been more interesting.
The Jessica stuff was really sad, too, about fucking with her daddy and missing him, and she's being fucked with by the lamp. This is like a combination of fucking, 2 and 3 kind of in ways. I don't know. It's just what they were doing, and then when she does a good job when she gets quote unquote possessed. When she, when we see what happens, it's a good story there, and the stuff between the mother and the daughter when she first gets there, and they're having that conversation at the dinner table. These are real characters. I would rather see a conversation like that than fucking 2 assholes walking around in circles for fucking half an hour like we see in so many movies.
I'll take the 2 assholes.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Alex, I'll take 2 assholes for $300.
Yeah.
I am shocked at what I'm hearing.
2 assholes, 1 cup, please.
This was a better story than fucking Amityville 3D. Much more happens in this movie than in the one before.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, maybe there's more maybe dynamic, but I like the pacing and the look of Amityville 3D way more than this. Holy shit.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Wow.
I was fine with it.
I don't know. I was fine with it. I mean, Amityville 3D, I haven't seen that in a hot minute. I do remember that is incredibly laughable because of the 3D. But I enjoyed this movie. I did. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a simple woman.
I did
myself.
And an ugly lamp.
Yeah, I
wow.
It's a simple story. It's done well. It's a good little fucking story. Here's the possessed lamp. This is the guy trying to get to it. There's fucking things going on. The story keeps moving. There's stuff going on with the family, and then there's stuff going on with the priest. Inside the family, you got Zoe and her situation, and you got fucking what happens there. Then you have the mother dealing with the grandmother. Then you have the little girl over here. Then you have the fucking kid. You have all these people, and they all have a little fucking side plot going on. That's what you do on a fucking movie to keep it fucking moving. And that's what I think works.
I feel like there's nothing going on.
I realize this is going to be like middle of
absolutely nothing
watching it, so they do still need like all of those dynamics, all of those things to move the story along. They need that whole we've got to care about everybody kind of thing.
And I didn't give a shit about anyone.
I'm right there with Brandon.
I
am so aligned with Brandon. I felt like there was nothing going on. I felt like it stopped dead. They threw in gimmicks to try to make it look like, hey, we got some effects, we got some whatever, and wow, I'm just so not seeing what you two are seeing and totally aligned with Brandon today.
The one character they need to focus on, the little girl, you hardly spent any time with her.
That's fine. That's the only time I needed with her. All I needed is when the guy comes to the door and I saw her change in attitude and the way she was talking. I'm like, wow, something's up with this girl. She's being bitchy now all of a sudden. So something's up. And then we see what we have to see. We get the picture, and then that's fine. Then we see her fighting with the mother later on when she wants to talk to Daddy in the lamp. Then we see her fighting with her sister later when she's trying to keep her in the bedroom. We see all we need to see. I don't need to see fucking 30 minutes of stuff on her. I'd rather watch fucking what's going on with Zoe and what's going on with the other people. I don't know. That's just me. I got what I wanted. I went in with low expectations, and I had a better time with it.
What's
because
going
the
on with
plot was
Zoe is her
fine.
boyfriend's gonna have to use his other hand now to finger her.
Ah.
Let's
Can't
hope he's
fist me
ambidextrous.
Oh, did you guys notice that? I don't know how everyone's gonna. Nick from Family Ties was in the background of fucking at the yard
Was
sale.
he really?
Well, it
Was
wasn't
he?
really him, but I'm
Oh,
gonna show-
okay.
I'm telling you what.
I know him.
No,
Scott
do you
Valentine.
really, Scott Valentine?
Yeah, he was
Look
on
at this
one of my
picture.
podcasts.
Was he your demon lover?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy does kind of look like him.
Yeah, I go, that's fucking Nick from Family Ties is shopping at fucking at the Amityville fucking thing. Like, look at this.
Was
It was
it?
I like
Hey,
Sure.
hey. Is that what he said? Hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Malibu.
was it A? What was it?
It was,
Yo,
it was like, yo. Well, no. I
I
can't
think it was just hey.
I don't know. Yeah. He used to say, yo, Mallory.
Mallory. Yeah,
Why is he Tony Danza now? Hey, Mallory.
Angela. Awesome. 2 shows in a row. Tony Danza.
I can't. Wow.
This movie would have been better if Tony Danza showed up.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you still bitch about it. No, this kind of reminded me, like, maybe they were inspired by a little bit, like the Friday the 13th series, the whole idea of, like, you know, they take a cursed object and I kind of thought that maybe, like, with the 4 and 5, that was where they were going with it. And I don't know.
They set up for sequels too. They even said, didn't they? That's what I liked about
Fucking
it. They
Pepper.
said, they go, yeah,
Come on,
we're
fucking-
also going to see. No, that somebody actually. There's a line in the movie where somebody says about items from the house could contain things too, or something. They said. So it's like they were
Right.
setting up what was going to happen. I like that. That okay, this is what we're going
Yeah.
to turn into.
We're going to
gonna
have
move
this
away from
big
the
ass
house.
demonic yard sale. Woo
Yes.
woo. Yes. And and then that's gonna feed us for another 20 movies or
And-
maybe just one more.
And Drayton Sawyer is gonna show up, but must be one of them damn pepper cats.
That was great, man.
Must be one of them damn hard shell pepper cats.
How about when Pepper jumped out of the way right before the chainsaw scene? Pepper took one look at the chainsaw that he said in the thing, and then there was a vice. There was a thing like a vice grip joint, whatever the fuck on the thing, something to squash things with. And at first I thought something was gonna happen to the cat. I'm like, please don't fuck with the cat. But then as
Well,
soon
that
as the
would've
cat
elevated
looks at the chainsaw, it fucking hightails and jumps away. I'm like, yep, that's
Yep.
what a cat would do. They're not fucking dumb. Like, yeah, fuck that shit. So I was happy about that. I'm like, okay, I've seen the bird. That's one thing. Don't fuck with cats. How
Right
about the
over here.
Amityville 2 drawings? The shit that the girl was doing on paper and the stuff that was in the room, the winged creatures and all that shit, they were the same type of drawings that the spirits drew in Amityville 2 that Burt Young smacked the kids around for drawing on the wall. Same fucking type things. I like that shit. You know, I did. You know, I'm with me in Amityville 2. Through that, I go, look at that drawing. That's it. All I needed was that music that they played in part 2 when they showed him. You know, yeah.
One thing that I liked about this one too is I get a little sick of the fucking religious shit. I mean, I know it's about fucking, you know, demons and exorcisms and everything else, but they really kept it, I'm sure because it was made for TV, they kept it really kind of light on the religion. And then Rick Astley came in as the young priest. I couldn't not think he looked just like Rick Astley.
Rick Astley.
Should have rickrolled him.
Yeah, real
We got
Finally,
rolled
she-
into watching this fucking movie.
Yeah. Right. I
If you guys have
shocked.
problems now, I shudder to think what's going to happen.
Well,
the
that's
next
what
fucking- the rest of the-
I already know.
Christian's like, see, I would think with the next one you would maybe have a little bit.
I think
don't know.
I saw the next
Somebody
one.
watched-
I thought the next one, the Amityville Curse, was part 4, not realizing that this one, the Evil Escapes, came before it. I think they were filmed roughly around the same time, and then the next one came out in '90, which is the Curse, and then I watched It's About Time, which I think was the one that followed that, which is this
time you watched the
movie
correct
with a
one.
fucking clock.
Right.
That's fine. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's fine. At least I know
Does
where
Flavor
it's going.
Flav show up and save the day?
Flavor Flav, and then it just ends. That would have made the movie fucking better. Anyway, I wanted to blurt up.
Flavor Flav in Amityville. The return.
That would be
That would have
awesome.
been better.
Oh, how about when Patty Duke says to her mother, she goes, "Mother," she goes, "Stay away." She goes, "I will hit you." She tells her. That was her line. I will hit you. She said. I'm like, holy fuck.
I'd be like,
Literally says-
hey, you know what? Get the fuck out of my house. Take you and the fucking kid that tried to chainsaw me and get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
That's what you
Yeah,
should have said to her
get
daughter.
You want buy me some new ceramics while you're at it.
Yeah. And take Pepper with you.
Get my grandson out of this house with that stupid fucking haircut.
Yeah, young Biff. He reminded me of like a young version of Biff.
He
from fucking-
did look like a young Biff.
Biff.
That's all I kept thinking of. I looked at him. This is Biff.
In fact, one of the lines Grandma was supposed to say, "Make like a tree and get the fuck out of here."
That would have given it a passing grade, maybe.
Like a tree clock. Oh, that's great. You know what the tree clock actually reminded me of? Did you guys ever see Return to Oz?
Tree lamp.
The tree lamp,
Tree
yeah.
lamp.
Oh, the pumpkin guy.
Yeah, Jack Pumpkinhead. That's
Yeah.
what it looked fucking more so than Jack Skellington even. It looked like Jack Pumpkinhead from fucking Return to Oz. Yeah.
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 I
Totally.
would have paid $30 for that lamp, and
I would
have.
I didn't hate the lamp. I actually wouldn't mind a little replica lamp
Oh, I'd love one. I put it right in his room, right in the fucking corner.
and a little replica Pepper.
Pepper. I want every cat.
Jack is on that right now.
And then,
the Amityville 4 series.
Wow.
great. And there's another
Wildly popular.
callback too. There's another callback. First they had the Amityville 2 callback. In this one, they had a callback to part 1 with the girl getting locked in the closet when Peggy got fucking killed, and they opened the closet door later, and the blood marks on her knuckles were on the closet door. Same exact happened in Amityville 1. So there was a couple little things in there.
Only no tension or no scare or no fear in this one.
Yeah, it was the same writer as the first
I
one.
guess I wasn't
And yet
expecting it.
It's same fucking writer. He's like, hey, this time let's not make it scary at all.
Why would I want anything scary or horrific in my horror movies?
Yeah.
Nothing was scary in part 3 either.
No.
Same fucking thing.
It
had
was
an
goofy,
aura
not-
to it. Yeah.
Exactly. It had
Because
a little bit more atmosphere to it than this one.
Because it was at the Amityville house. You could have put this in the Amityville house, and it
Well,
would
they
have.
had that beautiful mansion to make. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it was a waste because it was a good set. It was a good house. It was big. It was on the cliffs of the sea.
It's not scary.
If you're gonna put the house, if you're putting the house back together
Wuthering
again,
Heights?
why take it out of the house? They had the house at the beginning. Why? I don't get it. They could. I guess they didn't want to
think it's
regurgitate the same story. Well, they had it at the beginning. What can they do? Fine.
I mean,
I want to
they
say
did
my
try
rating,
to
but
do- I
Becca,
think they
you go
tried to go in a different direction. They probably couldn't afford the house, or they probably just could afford the exterior for a day.
Yeah.
Or and you got to think people have been living there, so they may not be quite so cool with having an NBC made-for-TV movie filmed in their home.
There you go. Exactly. Well, Christian can't wait to get to fucking TCM4. He really wants to get out of this one. So.
No, it's a no-win situation for me. Really.
Man,
This is a lose-lose with the movie review.
Next year's Summer Sausage will be better. If we do Hellraiser, I don't think we can do Children of the Corn because there's too many. There's only 7 Hellraiser movies left for us to do, and there's too many Children of the Corn movies. So we got to come up with another one. We'll talk about that on fucking the anniversary show. We'll try to figure it out. But anyway, next Summer Sausage will be better. Next year.
Summer sausage.
I have a feeling that.
Christian's blood is boiling every time you say summer sausage.
look on his face.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even care.
Yeah, it's something to be mad about. Exactly. These movies are fun to talk about still. That's how I look at it.
I enjoyed it. So
I did
Well,
too.
Do you?
I had a good.
If you were to rate again, we rate it at 10. What would you rate it? Ratings?
So, but the guest on the spot. I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, that's a fair rating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Much
saying
higher
this-
than it should
I'll
be,
never
but it's fair.
watch this movie
Yeah.
again only if I have to do it for a podcast. But did I regret my time watching it? No, I thought it was all right.
Nice. Well, I'm 6.5. I liked it. I liked it more
You
than
read it more.
TCM3.
Oh my God! I know. And
I enjoyed my time with it more than Amityville 3. I definitely did. Yep.
Holy shit!
I don't know what to tell you.
4.5 out of 10.
Well,
That's
and I'm
like
a 4.
higher than I thought you were gonna go.
And I'm a 4,
I
but
like,
I thought
like
I was.
Dave says, I have to leave room for the later entries. Like I can't,
Oh.
I can't be like 0 out of 10, then be like, oh my god, this is worse. -80. Like
I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just saying I didn't expect to like it at all, and I ended up liking it. It was nice. I'm not giving it the rating because now I do have a feeling the next one's supposed to be the worst one by far. Well, not by far, of the ones we're covering.
the next one has like a 2.8 on IMDb.
And it
Amityville
has
Only at a
Curse?
3.3.
Curse, yeah.
no release of it either, because what they did was it's only been on VHS.
Yeah.
It's not had a release, so hopefully we can find it. If not, we got to go up.
It's
one.
on. It's
But the
on
thing is-
YouTube.
Yeah.
One
it's
of them was on
one, yeah.
YouTube. The rest of them were on Tubi. Like I watched this on Tubi with fucking 5 ads popping up anytime I stopped the movie to get back
So
into
an
it,
hour
and
and a
then
half
5
movie
ads.
became a 3.5 hour movie.
No, Tubi's good. So it's only an ad every so often, right? How many ads? did you say,
I'm
Chris?
sorry. It gets a 2.9 on IMDb. the
2.9, not 2.8.
Oh no!
Anyway.
I don't. I know you guys can't see this, but there's like a point in here
Commercial?
where there's like these. Yeah, to be commercial rage is what I put here. If I have to hear the goddamn breathe happy Febreze la 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 one more time, I'm gonna fucking rage quit Tubi. Thank you.
But I think the commercials get a 7 out of 10 for me.
They're relevant, and yeah, no, this movie was. It was. Oh man, Oh,
Wow. So
I don't
4,
ever want to watch
4
this
and a half,
again. Yeah.
A 6 and a 6.5.
6.5. I mean, that's so average.
Yeah, that's okay. It could be worse.
I'm never watching this movie again.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
will
I'm
watch
not
I
gonna rate.
enjoyed it, but I'm never gonna just be like
Yeah.
flipping through Tubi and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch that again. You know, no. But I watched it and I'm glad.
I'm gonna watch it again with friends for fun. Honestly,
Your friends will fucking defriend you, even if they're not on Facebook, and they're just real
No.
friends. They're gonna be like, "Thanks for the fucking pizza. We're out."
Defriend the
Dude,
defriend
the
police.
bird scene is enough. I'm telling you.
The bird
To watch
scene.
the bird scene in context of
bird
the
scene. I thought you said bird
fucking-
seed.
Yeah, the bird scene is great. Yes. No.
Delicious.
Did you watch
It's as
it
good as
while
summer
eating?
sausage.
We want some bird seed.
Right,
We're
and
gonna
I'll
watch
eat a summer
Amityville
sausage.
4.
During it. Yes.
Will you
eat-
grill it or
eat-
barbecue it?
I really want summer sausage. The more you say it, the more I'm like at those. What were those called? The little sets that you would get at Christmas time.
Hickory
like,
Farms?
Yes, with like the sausage and the cheese and
Yeah.
shit. Which you want to talk about something that was questionable. All that shit was always unrefrigerated.
Oh yeah,
So then,
preserves,
so what?
nitrates,
Who cares about bagged milk, man?
Goes good with a nice curdled bag of milk.
curdle.
It's processed. That's why.
Oh man,
It's them damn
Oh, yeah.
nitrates. Must be one of them hard-shelled peppercorns.
I have the Blu-rays for these. Here's the funny thing: the Blu-ray set for the next 4 movies, not including Cursed, is called Amityville: The Cursed Collection. Yet Amityville: The Curse is not in it.
Is that the Vinegar Syndrome set?
Yes, it's this one, and then it's not the Curse, but the next 3 that follow. It's About Time and fucking Dollhouse and the other one.
They put out such nice stuff, but I didn't buy it because I'm saying to myself, you're still buying 3 shitty movies.
Or 4.
But they put 4, but they still do put out a nice product, Vinegar Syndrome.
Dude, it's out of print. It's like $80 to get now.
No, I know, but even when it can't, like everything they put out, even like Spookies, like the slip covers are nice and like,
Cover, they're
thick and-
extras. They go all the way.
They do go all the
Yeah.
way, but then you got to remind yourself, wait,
It's
you
still a
hate this
shitty movie.
You hate this fucking movie. Why are you buying it?
This ain't no bat pussy.
Yeah, I would sooner buy an extra copy of Bat Pussy with a lenticular cover, with a scratch and sniff cover.
lenticular cover.
I
Bat
want
Pussy.
Bat Pussy with a scratch and sniff cover.
Nice. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you watch the movie, you would not want to smell it. You can almost smell it.
You know?
You can almost smell it watching it, yes.
Oh.
Wet whiskey and BO, man.
Oh,
Nasty.
Oh shit! I think he wants you to fuck me. Is that what she said to the guy? I think he wants you
Yeah.
to fuck.
Yeah, and it was funny because he said, "Do what?" like
He said, "Fuck me." What are you supposed to do?
he wants you to fuck me.
Oh, she's got a southern accent.
Oh yeah, they all have southern accents. But you know, the thing in their defense is when you're in a movie and you like break character or like, you know, you're getting direction from the director, you assume that's going to be cut out. You don't really think that that's going to be in the movie. So.
Oh man, those southern girls. Right on. Okay, Christian, I know you can't wait. Mr. Leatherface himself.
Oh my God, here we go.
Man.
I know. Here we go. I never seen a movie drop from fucking one rating to another so quick in my life as this one
I told
did.
you. I told you. We'll get into it. Yeah.
You did tell me.
All right, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: Next Generation, written and directed by Kim Henkel. A group of teenagers get into a car crash in the Texas woods on prom night, and then wander into an old farmhouse that is home to Leatherface and his insane family of cannibalistic psychopaths. But are they cannibalistics, or are they pizza lovers?
Right, they took his advice. Took Ken Foree's advice. They got the pizza.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so bizarre, this movie. I will say this. I've watched this movie 3 times now in the last year, and I've mentioned it before. I've seen it. I saw it in the theater. I actually saw this in the theater, and I wanted to leave, but the girl I was dating at the time, who was not a horror fan, I dragged her to see the movie, said, "No, we got to see how this ends." And I'm like, well, I can't. When that fucking guy, is it supposed to be Grandpa? When that guy that looks like he's dead just gets up with a knife at the kitchen at the table and walks out, and there's no explanation for it. And I'm like, what am I watching here? Get me out of this theater. I got to get out of here. I made it to this far, but that's it. I got to get out. And I still don't understand.
That was his fault, too.
I
got to get out of here.
I think I got to get out of this movie. And they filmed it. They're like,
got up and left.
Yeah. He's like, that's it. I'm out. Hey, you're dead. No, I'm out. Well, we filmed it, and we're going to put it in the movie. I don't know what was going on. I know Kim Henkel was supposed to be, there's supposed to be some commentary done here. I'm going to just spill my load almost all at once. I don't get what he was trying to say. I don't think it works at all. But he said he wanted the reactions of the kids to be so matter-of-fact and so weird. But that's exactly what hurts the first half of the film. Oh. I said, if you put better reactions, like that one kid that's run off on the side of the street, it's like, "Sir, you're scaring me. Give me a chance, sir." I'm like, what the fuck are we watching here? But if his reaction was better, and you took out Matthew McConaughey's, well, you took out Matthew McConaughey. Let's just say that. Or at least his mechanical leg. Or his mechanical leg, then maybe the movie would have been better, but at least the first 40 minutes are actually there's something good in there somewhere. And I can watch the first 40 minutes, and then it just goes, boo!
I don't even want the first 40 minutes of this one guy telling his girlfriend that she's stupid and she sucks every 2 seconds, and them just walking around. Literally, they're walking around for the first 40 minutes.
But there's atmosphere. There's some sort of atmosphere. But I get it.
What is the girl doing, this Darla woman who flashes? What is this? It looks like she's in like a
real estate agent.
Like a little real estate agent in the middle of the woods. Like, what? What?
Well, there's a gas station across the road. But yeah, it's real estate. But she is working really late on a Friday night for no apparent reason. But she did... When they came in, she goes, "Oh, prom night." So you almost wonder if she like stayed up thinking that some idiots were going to be maybe coming through after prom.
Yeah, a bunch of idiots. The one kid who was all alone.
I thought she was a cop.
Yeah, really. No,
I thought at first when I saw her, I thought she was a secretary for the cop. Like, I thought she was, because they came in, they told her what was up, and then she said she was going to call them. So I thought she was working for the city in some way. Or something.
No, it says Darla, like her sign right there's like Darla, whatever, real estate.
Oh, really?
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
This is the oddest movie, one of the oddest movies I've ever seen. When they get to the house, is there a dead cop standing there, all purple, or is that a car?
That's where she gets a gun. That's where she gets a gun from.
That's where she gets the gun.
Looks like a cardboard cutout.
Oh.
I don't think he was dead. I just thought it was a guy standing there frozen. He wasn't laid up against anything. He was just
purple.
It looks like everybody at the table and everything. It's fucked. Yeah. Taxidermied.
That weird color that they made all of the people.
I didn't even realize. Wow.
He was purple. I don't think he was alive.
Oh, I just thought he was some guy, and then I forgot about him later. I was like, I was mad when I saw. I'm like, what the fuck is this gonna be now? Like, hopefully they explain it later, and then I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Where the metal music. Sorry, I've been. It just makes me mad.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, the
You
metal
have your
music.
rage time, baby. You just
The,
go.
the metal music worked in part 3 where they put it in. The metal music did not work in this one. They needed a soundtrack. And I think that chasing through the woods and some of that would have been actually scary and effective, or more effective, if they actually had some scary music or some sort of score. But they just put that soundtrack on, and it's just bad. And I feel like it just sucks anything positive out of that whole first 40 minutes. And then Renee Zellweger's lines are brutal, but I will get there.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't mind any of that.
So this movie came out in '94, and as we all know, that's a vast wasteland of horror. And that was the heyday of me working at the video store, and it was like a very mainstream video store. We had like no movies come through. But I mean, I was like, I had to go down the road to another store to rent anything Todd Sheets or whatever. But so we only got the mainstream stuff. And this was like a little shining star to me in a sea of turds, because it was like, oh, okay. I watched it and I was like, hey, this is like tolerable shit. So my tolerance for the movie might come from the fact that I watched this in 1994 when I had nothing else to watch. So I will admit that, but I always did like, and I haven't seen it for a hot decade, and I just remember liking it, but I do really like the beginning of it. I like that the kids are they're kind of relatable. They're the dumbest group of kids ever, but it feels real because they are so stupid. I think sometimes teenagers are a little too smart, and I don't know, like I liked it basically until they got to the house. That's maybe where I started having problems on this watch. But really, I don't know. Like, I thought the setup was good. I like the atmosphere. I like Renee Zellweger and the turn of her character. And I like Matthew McConaughey. I think he was born to play a fucking Sawyer. Or whatever the fuck these people's names are. Oh. My only real beef with it is the end and the fact that they bring in like some kind of fucking Illuminati shit or some shit. I still do not understand what the fuck that's all about.
I don't get it. It's the worst idea. Worst idea with no follow through whatsoever, and then just bad Leatherface. And
they were trying to make Martyrs before Martyrs. They were trying to take this into a whole other cult type film,
right?
And it doesn't work. It fails miserably, and it's stupid. And Leatherface, like you said, Christian, is absolutely the worst.
Is terrible.
Terrible. They might as well not.
It gets worse. I'm okay with him. Here's the deal. Okay,
at the beginning,
this is my recollection of the movie. I only saw the first. I saw it on cable once. By '94, I wasn't going to see horror at the movies anymore. I was fucking checked out. I was doing other shit. I was in my 20s, just off doing other shit. So I wasn't renting like I used to and everything else. So I didn't see this movie. It dropped on cable once, and I just happened to be flipping channels. So it's a long time ago if I'm flipping channels. So I see that it's playing somewhere, Showtime or whatever, and I turn it on. Okay, what's this, And I just see the last fucking 20 minutes of this movie. And I remember just being angry because of the way Leatherface was fucking portrayed, like a fucking bitch. Like it was a character.
Like a whipped puppy.
Terrible. It was just like when Michael Myers backed down to Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection, but on a much worse level. He was just such a pussy, and he was way too overboard with being feminine. And I was like, they really assassinated.
Looks like fucking Aunt Judy in this.
I was thinking of Aunt Judy. The voice in the beginning of this movie is comparable. It's not as bad as Aunt Judy. It doesn't sound like, Aunt Judy. It's not that, but it was you're in bad shape when this movie starts and the narrator is so fucking poorly done compared to the other three movies. I'm like, find anybody other than this person to fucking read this. I could have done a better job. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anybody can try to fucking sound threatening or off-putting scary. But anyway, the last 20 minutes is what I saw, and I hated it, and I said I never want to watch any other part of this movie. Then this rolls around. Now, I'm watching the movie, and when we first get introduced to Leatherface, I'm okay with that. I'm actually on board with Leatherface, and this is something that I'm going to say that... He's scary at the beginning, and even the cross-dressing stuff at first for dinner, because the difference between this movie and 1974 is only this movie has better lighting, and you can actually see all the detail. In part 1, Leatherface did put on lipstick and did fucking wear a wig for dinner. That was his gimmick. So anyone that watches this movie and says they assassinated his character by making him feminine is wrong. However, doing it there was fine, but later on it got worse and worse when he put on the pearl necklace and the dress and the earrings and his reactions to everything. I could see him backing down to Matthew McConaughey and W.E., nice little name, by the way. I could see him backing down to them the way he backed down to fucking his other brothers in the other movies. He is afraid of them. But when you make Renee Zellweger's character yell at him and him be afraid of her and fucking put his hands up and cry, now you've gone too far. They took that card and they went way too far with it.
Not to mention that his, like, there's like a point where he lifts back and like he's got skin stuck to him and it looks like silly putty.
Oh,
just stuck to him. It just looks
effects is
stupid.
terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
They had no budget.
Everyone looks like they have silly putty stuck to them.
Yeah, all the people at the table looked really bad.
And why are they not Sawyers? Why are they Slaughters now? And where's Sergeant Slaughter?
That's what I want to know.
Awesome.
No, I think that the idea was that like the Sawyers were part of the same thing that these people are part of, and it's never really mapped out. Is this Leatherface, or is it like, do they have happen to have a guy in their family who's like Leatherface? I mean, he calls him Leather, but I think that's one of those things that you never really know if.
So strange.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a dead grandpa and everyone's got a Leatherface in their crazy.
Maybe that's part of this like weird Illuminati cult thing. I don't know.
Well, it was called The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre originally, and so if they didn't have that opening part that was Aunt Judy but a male form talking about the other instances in the past, it could literally be back at maybe what you're saying, which is a whole different family. And kind of a remake or reboot, but they're referencing the old movies at the beginning, which is very weird. And I think that's what adds to the confusion of it all. Because you're right, maybe this is
a lot of throwbacks to the original. A lot of throwback to the way Leatherface acts. Obviously, the way he grabs Heather, the way he thumps the boyfriend.
The one girl puts Heather on the hook.
Yeah, puts her on the hook.
And then somehow she survives.
Look what your brother did to the door.
Yeah,
but it just doesn't. I don't know. It falls flat for me and doesn't do anything for me.
Well, because that character with the cattle prod, like you're talking about too many characters in part 3, which I kind of like them. This one, there's a smaller group, but you got that guy with the cattle prod. He didn't seem like he was necessary.
That's Machiavelli.
Right, the guy who's
fuck him with the
cannibal.
Yeah.
And then Filmer knocks him out. Filmer just punches him out for no reason.
And Matthew McConaughey's stupid remote-controlled fucking leg. I mean,
that's stupid.
What the fuck?
I can say that lost me big time.
Yes.
And that's the same thing like with House of a Thousand Corpses. I love that movie, but as soon as like you see Dr. Satan all like the movie loses me. As soon as he starts having his like stupid little hydraulic leg and shit and they're playing with their remotes, I was like, oh dude, really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess
people
Matthew
can't control their own
McConaughey.
goddamn TV.
I like how he says all right. All right.
Yes.
Yep.
Good luck you said that.
It was cool. But I love the character except for that. It ain't no fucking Biggie. He said to me he was a better version of the guy they tried to create in part 3 that was just okay. He had more charisma. The things that came out of his mouth I liked. All my notes except for a weird voice. These are my notes for the first like fucking 45 minutes, and it's all positive. It ain't no fucking Biggie. Classic setup, like a slasher. I like Vilmer, a little bit of character development. I like our intro into Leatherface. I like the rooftop chase and the way she escaped. Then the negatives. Bad time to play music on the chase. Remember when they had the chase? Leatherface is chasing her outside like part 1.
Yeah, and it's the metal
then they
music.
Playing rock.
Yeah,
dude.
That's
and everything
what I was
from then is negative. But that's like a combination of part 1 and part 3, and it's a little bit like an Evil Dead 2, where they take the fucking stuff that they did in the original, and they had a bigger budget here, and they did it, but then it all falls the fuck apart.
She Gordoned
I don't
herself,
think they had a
too.
bigger
She
budget
threw herself
here.
out the window.
Oh,
Fred,
yes.
Fred Gordoned
She
himself,
Gordoned herself.
and she Gordoned herself in this. And you know what? Talk about polar opposites. Father Kibler in Amityville 4, trips and hits his elbow on the wall and is on life support. Renee Zellweger fucking Gordons herself, jumps onto a live wire, falls 30 feet through a fucking glass shed into a barn on the floor, and just pops right back up.
Yeah.
Not a scratch on her.
I'm telling you, if they pumped in that soundtrack and had it more threatening and an actual score, like I said earlier, I think that first 45 minutes would have been great. It's when she goes back to the Daria, that real estate agent thing, that's where it starts to fall apart. Whatever the fuck her name was, and then Darla, and then she says, I think there's like, he had a chainsaw. He was chasing me with a chainsaw. And I'm like, the way she delivers that line, I laugh every time now I hear it.
No, he's out there with a chainsaw. No, he had a chainsaw. He was chasing me with a chainsaw.
Listen here.
It's you go back and listen to her say that line, you'll laugh now. And then
You get
she
why
knocks
they
him out.
distanced herself from this movie.
And then they put them. No, there was an interview saying that she actually said she didn't think it was very legal. She felt it was a very dangerous movie, but she learned a lot on it. It was her first role, and she's okay with it now. It was their publicist, I think, or their agents that were really coming down on it because they were trying to remarket it off of the fame of Jerry Maguire and A Time to Kill.
Yeah.
And then that's what they wanted to do. But then that other one, she's like, she stops the car. She's trying to fucking get help. She's stuck in the trunk. And I was going to say Daria again. Darla comes back, opens the trunk. The cops are right behind her. She says, shut up. She's like, okay, but I can't breathe. What? She opened up the trunk. That's when you're like, help me. There was like, maybe she didn't know where she was, but she probably could have heard once the trunk opened that there was some other environmental noise going around, that she wasn't secluded anymore. That's the time to start yelling. And she says, and Darla says, shut up. And she agrees and says, okay, but I can't breathe. And that line makes me laugh too. She's like, well, it'll be okay if I make you a little breathing hole? Okay, sure. I'm like, what am I watching here? What are we watching?
You're right.
Here?
I don't know.
I didn't realize that. It's like The Hitcher. You're right.
No,
It's
I
like
don't know. Okay, here's my thing. She was so like submissive and backwards and whatever. They didn't play it enough at the beginning, but yeah, obviously she's like the black sheep. She's only there because she's friends with the one guy, blah blah blah. So she's not quite as dumpy and weird. And I think when she ends up changing at the end, I mean, I like that she does that, but yeah, it's a little sharp, and it's like but I don't know. I guess I still felt like until she had the gun, she was still like the okay, like, I'll go sit in the corner kind of girl. And I think she got the gun and it flipped a little switch in her head. I never really thought anything of it.
I thought it was great that happened, and they explain why she's that way. About, they have the character development, in which she says, you think that she's this way, but it's because her mother marries a different guy every 15 minutes, and a lot of them come on to her, and that's why she covers herself up, and that's why she's this way. So you have this girl who mentally has issues at the house and fucking is sexually abused or whatever, and then finally, fucking when push comes to shove, and at the end, it all comes out.
Push comes to shove.
You're afraid of love. Yes.
Again, there is a good movie in there. There's some sort of good movie in there, but no, I think from a standard setup, I like this. I like the setup better than most slasher movies that we watch. Most of the low budget ones at the beginning. I'll just say it. I like this as a setup better than the Left After Dark or whatever we watched. As a setup,
Lost. Yeah.
This Lost After Dark, with the smoke, they had a lot of good atmosphere here. Again, I say the fault comes with some of the dialogue, and that's what was written. I don't even know if it was the actors so much as the dialogue that was written, and it was hard just to actually convey that line. The lack of good music or soundtrack, and then that whole like chewing of the scenery, extra character, and the Illuminati at the end. If they just
awful.
Oh man, and Leatherface really was. There was no massacre,
Useless.
and he was useless. So there's a big sin created there, and that's what I think the problem was. You get this setup that ends up just falling completely apart because there's nothing interesting in the second half of this.
Yeah, don't flesh out the idea you have for an original film. Rather, throw in poor callbacks to original films. Look what your brother did to the door. The actions of part 1. Even Grandpa. Even when Darla hits Heather with the stick, don't hit me with that stick, please. And she just taps her with it. It's very much like, Grandpa being a one-hit wonder or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's
the broom. What do you call the broom scene.
It's the broomstick scene, exactly. Yeah. The older brother. Jim Seidow in fucking part 1.
I found Darla completely unbelievable because Darla has a business she's put together, and I liked that at first. Like the idea that the person you think is going to help you, that you really should probably trust, like in a real situation, is one of the bad guys. I like that. And even the fact she's going to get pizza on the way home. But when she gets home, her relationship with fucking Matthew McConaughey is, just ridiculous and stupid, and their domestic violence, and it's just, would she really let him hold her down on the floor with his foot on her neck? Didn't go with what they set that character out to be.
Would she live there?
Bugs me. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. It's a shithole. They're eating pizza off of the dirt floor, and then when Matthew McConaughey totally is like, I'm like, I was like, I hate this.
And the fact
she
that
said at one point, if you aren't nicer to me, I'll go back to my husband. She's like a fangirl. Like she's bought into his stupid shit, that turns out not to be stupid. I guess it's stupid, but it's real.
I'd rather watch the movie that follows her husband. How about the happy birthday scene? The dinner scene where they show everyone there. Like, how did this couple get lost going on a Hawaiian vacation? They're dressed like they're going to Hawaii, and they're in the fucking backwoods.
And there's one girl with a camp T-shirt on.
Yeah.
So there's a summer camp around there, and they've managed to murder one person from this camp.
Yeah, it looked like a girl from Sleepaway Camp 2 or something.
Yeah, right.
Let's not forget the ludicrous
it was the third
overdubbing.
sister.
Third Jones, the old ludicrous Jones sister. I said the ludicrous overdubbing of the old couple at the end when they're driving the Winnebago or whatever.
Yes.
It's
Step on it, Mr. Spottish.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. And then Chris A.K. Scott pointed this out, and it's absolutely hilarious when you actually look at it in this context. The sheer velocity that Leatherface is spinning around at the end with that fucking chainsaw is hilarious.
It's pretty close to Brian in the other movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's gonna take off like a fucking helicopter.
He's going way too fast.
Oh, the plane. They just that ended. It's just a hodgepodge of the Winnebago crashing, the fucking plane coming. I mean, like, what are we watching?
Yeah, the Illuminati guy, he hired a crop duster to take out Vilmer. There wasn't an easier way to kill Vilmer.
And blue blood.
Well, okay, to be fair, the crop duster was actually spraying chemicals in the scene before, so maybe he just slipped him an extra 20.
Yeah.
He was there for another purpose.
That crop dusters dusting crops where there ain't no crops. What movie?
Yeah, it was pretty much like a dead wasteland. But
that's
okay.
But that's a callback to an actual movie. That's a famous movie, famous scene. Crop dusters dusting crops where there ain't no crops.
Apocalypse Now?
No.
North by Northwest?
Bam! He gets it. Good guess.
Nice.
Boom!
Oh.
I didn't know I was on that kind of show. God.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what we're gonna come up with.
You never know.
That was a good guess, though, Dave. Once you guessed that, then I was like, I'm gonna go North by Northwest.
My next guess is gonna be the Deer Hunt.
I'm gonna go with the real answer.
And here's what I don't get. They try to explain it, that Darla situation, and they don't. She says to the Illuminati guy when he comes in, she goes, you know what? You know exactly why I'm here. Like she's a plant. You know what I mean? But then they never fucking allude on it.
Yeah.
They expect us to get that bit of information and say, oh, okay, it's explainable. She says you know exactly why I'm here.
She's
It's
even
not.
talking
Crazy.
crazy. She's even talking crazy about how she has a chip in her head that'll explode if she leaves. Like, how cool would it have been if her head actually exploded? If that was
the best part of the movie.
true? That would have been great.
And she said he's an alien, and he may be, because blue blood came out when they killed him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe he is an alien. But explain it. If you're going to go off this is the wrong movie to do that in. But no matter what movie, if you start on shit like that, at least give us something. At least, I don't know.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who had blue blood? What?
Wilmer.
Tom
McConaughey.
Tom
Yeah.
Selleck.
McConaughey, shut up. McConaughey, when he got killed, he had like this. It was almost like purple goo coming out of it.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Yeah, McConaughey when they killed him
Why
with the
don't I
crop duster.
remember that?
It happens very quickly. Like,
I watched it twice. I had to show Frank.
Shit.
I think
I've watched this movie. Like I said, I've watched this movie 3 times in the last year. I don't remember blue.
why have you watched it
goo.
3 times in the last year? What is the matter with you?
Because I
What is
went
it,
through the Texas Chainsaw series last year,
Okay,
and then
so
I
this
did
would
it.
be your
I did
second time.
no, but then I did it earlier this year, and then I'm like, I want to make sure I watch it fresh for the show, so I watch it a 3rd time.
Good lord.
I don't go why that girl wouldn't die. She's like Daniel Harris in fucking Rob Zombie's Halloweens. I don't fucking get why that girl got
That's
hung on
the
the
only
pole.
hung on the hook.
Then she comes back later, and then they fuck with her again, and then you think she's dead, and then later on she's still alive at the table, and then they
They're
set her on
burning
fire.
her, and
Die, bitch, die! What the fuck am I watching?
yeah.
Die,
Oh.
bitch, die. Die, bitch, die.
That's the alternate title to this movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Texas Chainsaw
Die,
4,
Heather,
die,
die.
bitch, die.
Yeah, what the fuck? What do you got to do to kill this girl? Who is she? Fucking Leatherface himself?
Although I do like that Renee Zellweger, when she can't get her to come to, she still runs out to try to save herself. I'm like, thank you.
She's
Like,
a
you don't
good
even like this
girl.
girl. You guys aren't even friends. Don't
Bitch is
try.
napping on the floor. Like, wake up.
Yeah,
gotta get out of
nudge
here.
her a couple times and then walk away, and like that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I
She's
did
a wild card. She's a wild card for best final girl. I would throw her in the mix as a wild card. I thought
What?
she did.
I liked
Renee
What?
Zell?
Yeah.
I did not like. Yeah, I can't get behind her ending. But why did her trunk or her hood open when she was driving?
Because that's just something
is this
dumb.
just convenience?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crashed
wow.
right into
control
a
for that,
shitter
too?
or a septic tank. I think it was just so that she couldn't get away. They wanted to explain, oh, she got a car. She did something smart, but then the hood pops up and she crashes into it just so.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was just a way to end her escape.
Yeah, it was just way convenient. You know,
Yeah.
I've driven lots of cars. I've been driving for a few years. Never just been driving down the road and had a hood pop up.
Your
on
hood
me.
pop up? No?
I wish,
Nope.
I wish
Never.
it happened to me while I was watching this movie.
Yeah, it's just right in front of the screen. Listen, this is the black sheep of the series. I know some people will argue that maybe we'll get through it. Because this is the worst one for me, but I will watch it again. That's the scariest thing. I will never watch Amityville. Somehow I will watch this again. But it's like almost like from a what the fuck were they thinking idea. Like it's almost so batshit crazy.
This is the Jason Goes to Hell resurrection of
Yep.
the Texas Chainsaw series.
Amen.
Yeah.
Where it's horrible, it's getting a low rating, but I get what Christian's saying. Would I watch it again? Not alone. Not alone. Maybe with
Your
friends.
dad didn't watch this one with you?
I need moral
My
support.
dad actually liked Matthew McConaughey. He liked him.
Oh yes, he
And-
was great.
Matthew McConaughey probably is the best part of the movie,
No
even when
question.
he's referring to himself in the third person. Get her, Vilmer! Like, what?
Yeah, that
Like,
was
you're
funny.
I'm like, who's Vilmer? I'm like, you're Vilmer.
It's you.
And she's not embarrassed of this movie, by the way. Renee, I have two
No,
quotes. What she said. Like, I'll read them quick. She said two things. One said in a 2016 interview, because I thought she was, and I thought he was too, but this is on the B. It says, it was very low budget. We all shared a tiny Winnebago with the producer of the film. It belonged to him, sorry. It was his personal camper. So, makeup was in the front seat. I belong to him.
I belong to him. Wow.
You're doing this
These
movie.
two,
Yes,
one
sir.
letter makes such a difference there, guys.
Yeah.
There was a tiny little curtain by the bathroom. That's where you put on your prom dress and your flower on. It was ridiculous. How we pulled it off, I have no idea. I'm sure none of it was legal. Anything we did was a little bit dangerous. It was an experience like kamikaze filmmaking. Then she said, when asked about it, she said, it was dangerous. I don't know if any of it was legal. It was a great workout. Running from a guy with a live chainsaw is excellent motivation. It was a lot of fun. It was my first role. Really, I couldn't believe that somebody was going to trust me with that somebody was going to take this chance on me. I was really grateful. I have no shame about that. So there you go.
Dude, she looked in better shape. I mean, obviously, she's in better shape than Leatherface, but there's a point when they're running through the water where she gets out of the water and Leatherface is still in the water, and it looks like he's, like, tired, like he has to take a break. He's like, he's trudging through that.
Carrying the chainsaw is a bitch, man. Come on.
It just got worse and worse.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Well, I guess they had McConaughey and fucking Zellweger shared the same talent agency.
Yeah.
And it said when Sony, which owned this movie's distribution rights, was preparing to re-release it, highlighting the pair, which they should. Well, forget it. I was talking about McConaughey. Fuck you. Move on.
I'm sorry.
No.
God, Christian.
It's in my DNA today. I don't know what I can say. Finish your thought. I apologize.
I don't even know if it was interesting. I saw his name and started. It says highlighting the pair. Their agent threatened a lawsuit against the studio, claiming their clients were being unfairly exploited. The agency also said that if Sony released this movie on the backs of their names, neither would appear in any future Sony releases. The film was eventually given a brief limited theatrical release in September 1997. So that's all it said. There's more on McConaughey. Oh, hold on. He stopped and realized, what was I thinking? He immediately turned around and asked Henkel, hey, can I audition for Vilmer? Well, whatever. There's a whole bunch of shit. Bottom line is, it was Sony.
It was their agents, Sony, all that stuff. Yeah, it was the fact that this was a movie that they did before they were names, and they both hit it right at the same time really fast.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's not one of those situations like where you see Gene Simmons on the cover of fucking and Ozzy on the cover of Trick or Treat. These two really were the leads of the movie. When the movie ends, and the first two names that come up are fucking McConaughey. Yeah. So it makes perfect sense. It isn't, yes, they were trying to make money off their name, but it wasn't so cheap and obvious as like when somebody has a walk-on role.
Right.
Like Kevin.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Like Kevin Costner in Sizzle Beach, USA. or Shadows Run Black. I think it's Shadows Run Black. He's in that too. That's where they're banking off. If it's like a small role on that. Kevin Costner, Sizzle Beach, USA.
Is that where they cook summer sausage? On Sizzle Beach, USA?
I believe summer sausage is cured, not cooked. But
I don't even know.
You ruined your joke, Dave.
It's gross. It comes in. It's like a giant Slim Jim. That's what it reminds me.
Yes. Of. Yeah, pretty much.
The fat Slim Jim.
Maybe on the final episode of the summer sausage series, we'll dine on a little bit of fucking summer sausage ourselves. It's a try it once. I don't know.
How can a Slim Jim be so fat?
It's a fat Jim.
Casing. Because the casing will hold anything.
Looks like a haggis. And
right.
Ask Duncan about it.
About a summer sausage?
Looks like a haggis. So he might know.
Oh, so it's a Scottish thing, haggis. Okay.
Yeah.
Haggis. Isn't that a character from a movie? Haggis?
That's Haggard.
Haggard? Oh, from what do you call it? Hagrid from
Hagrid.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's Haggard.
I
want to say there's a Haggis in a movie too.
Haggis,
no?
Yeah, Haggis.
I don't know. Anyway.
So I married an axe murderer.
I don't understand them.
I don't understand that movie?
I don't understand that title. No, when I go to bed at night, this is the type of shit that I used to think about. I don't know how that is. When you see that title of that movie, it's supposed to be, okay, hold on, there's three ways you could say it. You could say, so I married an axe murderer, like angry, or you could be saying, so I married an axe murderer, like you're telling a story, or you're saying, so I married an axe murderer, like defensively. Yeah, what context is that supposed to be? That title's always.
I think it's like shock, like, so I married an axe murderer?
Oh, so there's 4 ways.
No, I think it's any way that you want to interpret. I think that movie is has so many dimensions and facets that it could be interpreted any way.
Wow. I've always wondered about that title when I saw it. I'm like, how is this supposed to be said?
I always just thought it was stupid as fuck.
Like, how did you guys imagine it? Like,
I never did. I never imagined it. I don't understand it.
Okay.
I never put 2 more seconds of thought into it.
I guess I did think it was like, so I married an axe murderer. Kind of almost like a, geez,
like
another bad decision that I made. So I married an axe murderer. Really? Right. So there's 5 different ways that you can interpret.
Yeah, that's the type of shit that I think about. I'm like,
That's what I did with this movie. I was like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the next generation? The next generation. The Hereditary? Or the next generation?
The Hereditary.
Oh, shit. It kept him up at
Get her,
night.
Vilmer! Get her,
He couldn't get to sleep. He was wondering, is it the next generation or the next generation?
I think I agree with Christian, and Dave has lost his fucking mind this episode.
This
episode.
No, because Renee Zellweger's in the running for Best Final Girl now. Renee Zellweger.
I thought she was great in the.
I thought she did great. I love the chase. I'm like, dude, she gets up. Yeah, I'm like, she gets up on the roof. She's, on the fucking aerial and shit. Gets on the.
Tough.
Yeah, she does things right.
Yeah.
And she's kind of tough. I get what you're saying. But
I think Brian was a better Final Girl in Amityville.
Her movie ending is so bad that what she final girled takes away from her final girl.
She doesn't kill anyone. She doesn't save anyone. She doesn't do anything.
Right. Well, and then we also don't know what
she may be one of the worst.
She gets saved, but the headband guy saves her and drops her off at the hospital.
She has balls. She assaults fucking everybody. She goes from this timid little meek girl to this fucking badass who's pointing a gun and talking shit to Leatherface and pointing a gun at fucking
can't even pull the trigger.
Timid little
what? She did.
That's
a shell.
Timid little what? Did you say meek girl?
Meek.
Meek.
Was meek.
Oh, meek. I thought you said meek.
She's like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And then, yes, the small and meek. And then, so now, and then they get to the end, and fucking she had an opportunity to save her friend who should have been dead a long time ago, and she overextended herself and said, I'm not going to leave. I want to make sure she's okay. So she is a good person on top of it. That's what you want in a final girl. That's all I'm saying. She's an underappreciated.
I think she's overappreciated now.
Fine. Now here's my question about shit that I wonder about. If you're bilingual, let's say you're Spanish and you move to the fucking United States and you learn English. When you dream and sleep at night, are your dreams in English or Spanish? That's the type of shit I've always wondered.
God.
I think it depends on who you are and like how much you're being immersed. I mean,
Becca, why are you answering?
Because she's like me. I told you.
As Dave Z found out, but he guessed wrong, even though he thought he was right. I was an exchange student in Germany, and I can't say after being immersed in the language for a while, I was dreaming in
Hitler.
German.
Dreaming of killing too? Did you dream of executing my people?
Call back to
hold on. Are your thoughts in German?
I was clicking my heels.
You go to work that day, what you think to yourself, is it in German or English? Like, if you go to work that day and you're like, I left the coffee pot on, are you thinking I left the coffee pot on, or whatever, some other language? You know?
Eventually you have to stop translating, and you have to like live it. And when you're immersed in it and you don't have any, now people, okay, let's say like, this is no offense, but a lot of Spanish speaking people still live in Spanish speaking enclaves. Right. So they're not exactly like living in like an English world. But if you're stuck in, you're with this other language, I think you have to stop translating in your head. You have to stop thinking in your language, translating it to the other language and saying it. You have to kind of flip a switch eventually. Anyway.
Can I just say one thing? Please, you two never get a podcast together. Please don't get a podcast together. I pray you never do a podcast together. Please.
You know what's weird? I'm Jewish, but when I have a wet dream, I'm uncircumcised in it.
Oh, what? I don't.
What?
You hear about that guy?
Not too much about your junk. Okay.
Is it bad that I'm having wet dreams in my 40s?
I got a story about
Yes.
junking a guy's junk. Listen to this. This just happened recently. A guy smuggled fucking drugs into a prison when he got arrested by putting them inside his dick. And when I say inside his dick, he was uncircumcised. So all he had to do was pull back the flap and put the thing on top, and they
I
fucking
was
found
thinking
it.
like urethra, like
No. Don't even tease about that. No. But at first I was like, what are they going to say? But then the answer came out. He was uncircumcised, so he pulled the fucking foreskin back and put the fucking
I get when
meth.
that's never been done before.
And 3 bricks of heroin fell out. It was
I
the biggest
refuse
foreskin ever.
to believe that's never been done
It's a
before.
5 skin.
Has. This
It's
guy
sort
got
of It's sort of like a
I'm
five
just kidding.
female. It's sort of like a 5-woman podcast that's never been done before.
That's right. That's right.
6 women coming next, baby. We're gonna call it Savage.
Whatever. Jamie is actually guesting on our next one, so we'll have 6. So we already beat the
That's too many.
bitches.
I just
Too
texted
many.
2.
Like Jamie.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There you're talking. Okay.
Jamie just made a post about people who think that Renee Zellweger is a great final girl or just nutcases.
Ah.
But she said she's not talking about you, Dave. Don't worry.
This is not directed at anybody. To each their
Who do you
own.
rate this movie?
Yeah, let's read
Yes,
this fucker.
Becca, what's your rating?
Okay, I know you already alluded to it, Dave. If I had to rate the first half of this movie, like if I just turned it off, I rated the first half of this movie, I probably would have been coming in around like a 7.5, maybe even an 8. I liked the first part. Then, second act is like, yeah, second act's okay, kind of brings it down. But I can't forgive the Illuminati shit. That's the one that just bugs the fuck out of me. Like, I think it's just stupid. So I kind of have to average out, between like an 8 and a 6 from the second act, maybe, and like a 3 for the end. So I'm going to have to come in around at like a 6 on this, I think.
All right.
Dude, the guy when he lifts up his shirt, you see the piercings on there. He looked like he
don't know.
belonged in Labyrinth with those door knockers with the, you know what I'm talking?
Nice knockers.
That's not.
No, and I thought of that movie from the house that Jack built. How he made that purse out of the nipple.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought of The
That's
Frighteners, when Jeffrey Combs rips off his shirt and you realize that he's done all this shit to himself.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I want a nipple purse.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
You can do it.
You go to the liquor store, you start giving them your change. You're like, well, hold on, I got exact change. You get out your nipple coin purse, and you're like,
I
hey,
want the
Don.
little thing that, like the little metal top that flips it open to be the nipple, to be the actual nipple.
No, that's what they should do for the bagged milk in Canada. It should be a nipple.
Yes.
It comes
Oh
full
my
circle.
God.
It should be a nipple you unscrew, a teat, if you
Got
will.
milk,
You know?
a teat, if you will.
Proof right here. Go get the patent tomorrow, Dave.
I want a bumper sticker that says "a teat," if you will. I don't care that nobody will understand.
Teat
It's just
if you're
knowing
horny.
it's on my-
Teat if you're horny. Oh,
I don't
there's
even
one
get
more
it.
thing. Did you guys realize that was Marilyn Burns at the end of the movie on the gurney? And they said, "Do you know who that is?" Remember that ridiculous part when
Was
fucking
that really
Ray-
her?
Was it
yeah,
really her?
it really was her. Yeah,
Okay.
she's in the movie. The guy that played fucking all of them from the original, not all of them, but she's in there. And then who else is in there? Fuck, the guy that played what's his name is in there. Wheelchair Franklin was in there, but we didn't see him. He ended up that scene ended up being cut. I think it's in the director's cut.
He was the one who got up and walked away. He got up out of his wheelchair and just walked away. He's like, my legs work.
He was doing this.
Actually, I was wondering who the fuck she was supposed to be because they so had I known that might have actually kind of elevated things a little bit for me because I was
Well,
who the fuck is this
They
chick?
cut her line of dialogue. Originally, it was supposed to be, "Get me out of this movie."
It still makes no sense. They say, "Oh, things like this happen all the
Why
time."
would she? Yeah, she's just
Why
like,
would she be there now?
Well, yeah, she's just like, no, I had a good life. I just had to have ovarian cancer surgery right now. That's the only reason I'm here. It doesn't make sense. It wasn't a mental asylum or something like that.
Right.
It's just a fucking hospital. So yeah.
It's stupid.
Whatever.
And Drayton and Jim Seidel, Drayton was offered the role of fucking the grandfather, and he declined. I think it was the grandfather. It may have been his role either. Could you imagine if he was the guy that stood up and walked away? It'd be fucking terrible.
I
I thought that guy.
applaud Jim Seido.
I thought that was Sweet Pea when I first saw him. The guy that was sitting there and stood up and walked away.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he got up and walked out because he's like, I'm not getting beaten to death with a stick again. Like, I'm out of here. Don't hit me with that stick, Sweet Pea.
Anyway, it's a 3 out of 10. It's as high as I can go.
Holy shit, that's where I am.
Whoa.
3 out of 10.
I thought you were going to be higher, Dave. I'm a 3 out of 10 as
Yeah,
well.
Dave, you were.
It went from a 6 to a 3.
Dude, it has your favorite final girl in it.
It went from a 6 to a 3. It is so fucking poor that it dropped that deep, and I can't. And even what the guy says when he gets in the car, the fucking Illuminati guy at the end, he sums it all up. My last note is a quote of his, and he says, "This has been an abomination." How fucking perfect.
But it was supposed to be a spiritual experience.
So wait, I know that we do this when it goes the other way and it goes into the Hall of Fame and we have a guest, but do we delete the highest rating? Because this would be in the Hall of Fame then. It'd be a 9.
Really?
You can
3,
take
3, and 3.
No, I think technically it stays out.
I don't think technically it stays out. What if we were doing a fucking... If the 3 of us gave No. If the 3 of us gave a movie a 10 and Becca was a guest and she gave it a fucking a 7, it wouldn't keep it out of the hall. The 3 of us gave it a 10.
Yeah, it'd still be in the hall.
Yeah.
So I think it should be the
And you
same
gotta
as the
go
other
by
way.
the 3 ratings. Yeah.
Whatever, I don't care. I hate the
my
movie
doesn't
anyway.
count, man.
Of course it counts.
No, it counts.
Because what if you
Of course
if you
it counts,
gave it a
except for
3,
right now, it doesn't count.
Right. Because I don't want it to at this moment.
Not true. Not true. If you gave it a 3 and I gave it a 6, it would still count.
It would
the
count.
3 was
It'd be in a Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay, because they're 3, 3, 3. Okay.
You just happened to be the one that was on the outside. That's all.
Probably the one that gave it a 10 out of 10, even though it has Dave's favorite final girl in it.
My favorite final girl. I'm just saying she's
Hey,
worth
it's
a
Jenny and Jenny.
Oh boy, no, she's just worth a mention. Nobody ever brings her up, and if you look at the Texas Chainsaw movies, although honestly, fuck part 3, I don't even remember who that girl is. But I mean, the part 1, part 2,
Kid
and this
Hutch.
one.
Come on.
I was so pissed after we did part 2. I was like, why the fuck didn't we put Stretch into our final rating? It just hadn't thought of her. But yeah, she definitely should have been in the running.
Oh, she's great.
This girl, I wouldn't have probably put her in my top 10.
No, not your top 10. Just a mention on
Right.
I would put LG in my top 10 fry house makers.
Awesome.
I just got an LG refrigerator, actually. It'll be here on Tuesday. No joke.
Nice. Oh, well.
Are you going to spit on it? You're going to spit on it when it comes?
Yeah, yep.
LG.
Are you going to give it a kiss and say, I love you?
Oh,
LG.
LG.
I'll just call it Darlin'. That'll be its nickname.
That's awesome.
Awesome. I'm trying, darling. Okay, we got to be out of here. What a long show, huh?
Slurpee booty time.
Again, we jinxed it because Brandon at the beginning was like, "This is going to be a short show, short reviews." I'm like,
Yes.
"No, it's
Well,
not going to."
I didn't know Dave was going to be blowing the final girl for,
And then give it a 3.
It's always me.
I think it was for his rampage defense of
Yeah,
himself.
to be honest, Dave
True.
rampaged on you, Christian, for about 45 minutes, and then Jamie for another 25 after that.
No.
Nah.
I didn't rampage. It's all in good fun. Fuck, man.
Fuck
At the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. But I still won't mention that I don't. What I said, I won't mention
What?
anymore.
What? I don't know. You're kicking out. What don't you do?
What was that?
I can say it on the show. What I say on the show.
Online. He said online.
Yes.
I mean, but technically this show is online. So
Yeah.
you might want to watch what
Dave
you
Z.
said.
No, what Dave Z says on this
Sweet.
podcast and what Dave Z says for the world to see are completely different fucking people. No. The one out there is fucking as proper as can be. Over here, I can go off on a tangent anytime. This is the only place I can do it.
It was
That's how
fucking entertaining, I'll tell you that.
You see the idea? That's why I did it.
Yeah.
If I didn't think it would be entertaining, I wouldn't have said a word. You know what I mean? It's fun.
Oh, it was well worth it.
See, that's the idea. That's the idea. You know? Okay, Becca, thank you for enduring my tirades and
mine.
and
Had a
everything.
blast.
And thank you for being here. You answered all my questions. I tell you, maybe we'll do a pod. No, I'm not saying that. No more podcasts. We're overextending ourselves.
That's what
Just
I
come
say every
back.
time. Should do a podcast on no.
No.
SOBs with STDs. No.
Well, you start that one, Brandon.
I'm just spitballing some ideas.
That could be a combo of your sex cast and the fucking SOV cast.
There we go.
I think it's awesome that you have a porn podcast.
I'm
When
pretty sure that most of the people in Bat Pussy had some sort of STD. So
Right.
there we go.
I just love that name. Bat
Great.
Pussy.
Crossover
That's
show.
what we're going to be reviewing next episode.
Yeah.
Is Bat
Man, if you guys review Bat Pussy without me, I'll be pissed off.
We should do the whole franchise. Bat Pussy,
Yeah.
Robin Pussy, Joker Pussy.
You got dog pussy, cat pussy.
I believe it was actually Joker Dick. I think they went back, and decided that they have some male representation in there.
Awesome.
Joker Dick. That'd be a good character.
Tells knock-knock jokes.
Oh, and Pepper was a better final girl than Jenny. With her red eyes. Was Pepper a girl?
Who knows?
I don't know, but it's a good joke, so we're going with it.
For the
It's
sake of
actually
this joke, Pepper's a girl.
Pepper's a girl.
Peppa. It's named after the girl from Salt and Pepper. So it is a girl. Yeah. It's Peppa.
Peppa.
Oh, shit.
Peppa
Awesome. All right. Yes. Thank you again, Becca. You'll have to come back, of course. And, guys, what do we have to say? Anything? Oh, Becca, you have anything you want to pimp out before you walk out the door?
I've pimped a lot, so no more pimping. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us and putting up with
Yes, thank you.
Brandon. And, yeah.
Even though you do admit you were the dick of the podcast, but that's okay.
I was the dick of this episode.
You were the dick of this episode, and I was the extra long pubes.
You're the one who's mentioned
What a
this
team.
junk way too many
What a
times.
team.
What? I feel like, but I don't feel like this is any different from any other episode. I feel like, do we talk about our junk on every episode? We should talk about Dave's junk. Junior didn't come up at all.
Yeah.
See? There's a woman here. I don't do that in front of a woman.
Yeah, right. Okay.
He's the gonzo
Whatever.
downstairs. Hook and all.
All right. Next show is going to be the, what do you call it?
Gates of Hell.
Thank you. The Gates of Hell trilogy. So
Nice.
we'll see you then. And that's the end of that. What can we say? Christian, sign off.
Oh, I have
know
to
what
do it
you
again.
Good night.